Today's guest is Michael DiMaria. He is, I think, the first guest I had on this podcast who I've never really met before. That's a lie. We grabbed coffee one time. We had a great conversation. I was like, man, you got to come on my podcast. He is a digital marketer, SEO specialist. He knows how to do a lot of things that I know nothing about. So it was a lot of fun to sit down with the Manhattan cocktail and pick his brain of all things digital marketing and entrepreneurship and having kids and being a dad and just juggling all of life. Michael's a great guy. I'm really excited for you guys to check out this episode. And if you want to have a Manhattan like we did, here's the recipe. Grab yourself a bottle of Rittenhouse, and for our secret ingredient today, some Kochi sweet vermouth. This might be the best sweet vermouth I've ever gotten. Of course, your Angostura bitters and your Luxardo cherries. For this recipe, we're going for a 2-to-1 ratio of our Rittenhouse, 2 ounces, and 1 ounce of our sweet vermouth. Go ahead and give that a nice solid stir over some cracked ice until you see a little condensation on the glass. Of course, this is the part where you remember that you forgot your bitters. It's okay. Shamefully pull that glass away. Grab yourself your bitters and add 2 to 3 dashes. We went with 2 right here. Continue stirring until you get that nice condensation on the glass like so. It is not the most scientific method, but it gets the job done. After this, grab your frozen coupe glass and single strain into the coupe. Look how beautiful that looks. After this, just grab 1 Luxardo cherry and ever so lightly, pretentiously, put it right on top of the glass. Boom! Look at that. This was the first time I had a Manhattan, and I have had several since. The Manhattan. Enjoy. Cheers, man. Thanks for coming out. You fancy man. my first sip of a Manhattan ever, so hopefully it's good.
You made this way fancier than I was expecting you to make it too.
Oh, that's nice.
I know, it's nice and smooth.
That's
it's sweet.
nice.
Got a little cut to it.
Oh, that's good. It's got like alcohol, which is nice.
always a plus.
That's very good. That's not what I was expecting it to taste like.
What were you kind of expecting?
I have no idea. Like I said, just recently, in the last 2 or 3 years, been more whiskey, bourbon drinks. Was never the biggest fan, but as I've matured with my palate, like a Boulevardier is one of my favorites now.
Okay.
And that is bourbon or whiskey, whatever whiskey you want, and vermouth, and I am blanking on the recipe. But regardless, that one's delicious, and I didn't know where to quite place this one with it just being whiskey and sweet vermouth, because it sounds gross.
No,
but it's good.
It cuts the whiskey a little bit, and the thing I like about it is an old fashioned is very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And I love old fashions, but
Definitely.
These days an old fashioned is like opening up a juice box. You know, it's very, very sweet, and it tastes really good, but you don't get that like whiskey flavor to it.
Sure, especially if they go heavy on like the simple syrup or the sugar and dilute it. Throw an orange peel in there, whatever some people do, but like
it's got a bunch of fruit in it.
This is a little more sophisticated, Michael.
Oh yeah, and
this is nice.
And it's in a fancy glass.
I had to get the coupe glass, so again, doing the podcast, it's like an excuse just to buy more like cocktail stuff, right? Which is like a low key hobby of mine. So I was like, I gotta get a coupe glass.
Yeah.
Never made a Manhattan. Time for a coupe glass. So no, this is very good. You picked this, to my knowledge, because no one else has picked it before. But is this kind of a go-to for you, or when did you get introduced to this drink?
So I got introduced to this drink when I used to bartend. One of the owner's buddies that would come in was a big Manhattan guy, and we were doing a party for him. They're like, "Hey, make sure you know how to do a Manhattan." It's like, I've only been bartending for a few months.
He's like, make sure you know this one.
And I was like, all right, I'll figure it out. And so that's when I made like 6 of them and tested them all. I was like, all right, this one's the best, I think.
Sure. And my apologies. I did not do that for you. This was the first one I've ever made, but the recipe was good. It was very simple. I was like, I think I got this.
Yeah. The trick with the Manhattan is as long as the measurements are right.
Yes.
So, and you were using a jigger. And so
I was using a jigger.
Yeah. So that's half the battle.
Yeah. That's one of my pet peeves is I don't free pour. Is like I always just measure, even by myself. I'll measure everything out because we're making a recipe,
right?
You know, and some people are like, oh, come on, dude, you don't need to measure it. Just eyeball it. I'm like, well, I want it to taste good. So we're going to measure it out.
I mean, you'd free pour if you were doing like 30-second one-shot podcast and you had a line of 300 people out
sure.
there. Like a drink every 30 seconds. Like now you're probably free pouring.
Yeah, if we're doing shots, whatever. But like something like this where it's going to be like a sipper, and it's real simple. It's 2 ounces. It's a 2 to 1. Mm-hmm. So 2 ounces rye to your 1 vermouth, and then just 2 dashes of Angostura bitters.
Yeah.
Dilute it a little bit with some ice and garnish with a cocktail cherry, and boom.
Yeah, it's really good. I started
great pick.
I started testing this exact drink out. I started using like an orange bitters.
Ooh, I got some.
Okay.
If we no pressure, but if we want to reload, it's in the canister.
Yeah. Always reload.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely like a 2 cocktail guy.
Yeah.
Like if I have 1 drink, I'm gonna want to have 2.
Well, you might as well have 2.
You might as well.
1 drink will throw you off your productivity game just enough that you might as well just have 2. And
you might as well make it a night.
Yeah. Right.
Sure. Yeah, and that's the thing. Thanks for this was the first reschedule. I usually do Thursday nights. I had a shoot come up, so I was like, "Hey, dude, so sorry for the last minute reschedule. So thanks for being flexible. It's now Monday night."
Yes.
Hey. So it's like Thursday's basically Friday, but like drinking on Mondays, I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, Mondays are the worst, as they say, but always cancel on me.
No,
for business. No,
for business.
For
okay,
business.
I appreciate you.
No,
yeah.
just in general,
Sure,
I love
yeah.
when people cancel on me. No,
it's
always
like
cancel.
It's like
for
heroin.
business.
It's the best.
Yeah,
freeing up your schedule. Like, I'm so sorry to cancel. I'm like, don't be.
I know. I book my schedule every single night just so I could cancel on people.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Just to get that dopamine hit.
Mm-hmm.
When someone starts like the biggest apology, I'm like, I can't be clear enough. You just made me the happiest man to cancel. When you can just stay home,
right?
Maybe order a pizza, and you were supposed to like go to a wedding, or let's say something big, or it was on the calendar for a while, and that couple or whatever cancels.
Oh, I know. It's like, so I don't have to have my feet hurt tonight.
Yes.
Especially when you're shooting weddings and you're just
yes. And I forget, like, it's like, it's hard sometimes to relax. It's like I usually stress lax, like I should be doing something, or I should, whatever. So when someone cancels, it's almost like I was supposed to be doing that thing, so I can just watch a full movie, stress free.
Right.
It's like someone gave you your life back.
Yeah. So for me, I'm the same exact way.
Sure.
Except
kids.
That's
the other thing. To break the fourth wall. Yeah. You're the first guest, Kevin. You're the first guest since that to have kids upstairs. So
I love it.
But you have kids, so I feel like you understand. I appreciate
I have
it.
2 kids. This is my life. I get it.
Totally.
No, what I do is when someone cancels, I'm like, great, and it frees up my schedule to get caught up on work, and then I still stress lax.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have as much to do tonight, but I should be doing this other stuff. And so then I just procrastinate even longer. And then it's like 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, all right, time to go.
That's right. We talked about that briefly. You are more of a night owl with your productivity.
100%.
And that is so opposite of me. So like you will, like you said, kind of procrastinate a little bit. You said 1 in the morning, you'll get after it.
That's my witching hour.
That's crazy. Like how often? So when that happens a week, does that happen regularly? Is this a once a month crazy thing, or it's like that's just what you do?
Usually once to a couple times a week.
Wow.
I'll do something like that if I have a bunch of projects.
Sure.
And then it's because that's when I'm my most productive.
That's when you feel like, I guess no one's bothering you.
Right. Well, I see it this way. I could get up early and start my day off, and then have a bunch of people sending me messages, emails that you have to respond to, or I could work really late. So between the hours of midnight and let's say 5 in the morning,
dang,
let's say
man.
I just go all the way through.
Sure.
And then I sleep in. So I still get a little bit extra sleep. It's not like it just goes sometimes, it depends. But you sleep in a little bit, and then I'm more productive during those 3 to 4 hours in the middle of the night than I would be during that morning anyway, because everybody's shooting you a bunch of messages.
Right. That was me this morning. It's like if I'm on top of it, it's a 5:30 wake up call. I like to have at least an hour just to, like, I don't know, put the dishwasher away, start a load of laundry, first cup of black coffee, just to kind of just piddle. for the first hour. So let's say I start working at 6:30, which should be good. But then 7:30, 8 a.m., I mean, phone calls, text messages, distractions, like immediately start hitting. Kids, the older kids are now waking up at like 7:30. Ugh. They used to like sleep until like 9. Now it's like 7:30 awesome. And they're like, "Where's my cereal?" I'm like, "Who are you?" You know, like so it's not long. It's like at best 90 minutes of like focused work, but then you're done. Where your method, you can get a solid 5 hours in.
Yeah, you almost get an entire workday in
easily.
You know, like have you seen that viral clip of that guy who goes, "Okay,
I have 3 days.
12. I'm manipulating time." And but
Yes.
when you stay up overnight, on those times where you got to do it, it's like I am manipulating time. I did get an extra 2 days this week.
For me, it's when the time is like focused. Like I'll get one of those like egg timers, whatever that you probably seen on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then I'll like put my phone in a different room, and like if I like focus for I don't know, let's just call it 4 hours. It's like that's like you said, like a full work day. Mm-hmm. As opposed if you ever had like an office job, you put in 8 hours, but then people are talking, there's lunch, and like my wife has a 9 to 5 graphic design job, and I'm like, I would argue my focused 4 hours would kick your day's ass. Like how much, as a gun to your head, whatever you did today, how fast could you do it? And she's like, an hour. And I was like, exactly. Right. Easily, you know.
Graphic design, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
Too. I started out in graphic design.
You've done a lot of things.
Yeah.
There's a lot I want to know about you.
Yeah, well, okay.
You're wearing a gold bracelet. Who are you?
That's really funny that you mentioned that. My wife's going to give me so much crap for that.
Oh no.
She hates that I bought the gold bracelet.
I'm sorry to your wife. It I know very little about you. It fits.
Thank you.
You look great.
Thank you.
The collared shirt, like I look like a cartoon character. Like you look very put together.
My normal outfit. Don't let this fool you. My normal outfit is a black T-shirt. I have about 1,000 of them. It's the classic decision fatigue.
Yes.
Throughout the day, so I just have a bunch of black T-shirts and I just wear black T-shirts all the time.
Steve Jobs or Zuckerberg style, man.
Right.
Sure.
This was like her Mother's Day gift, kind of.
Okay.
Where she picked out this shirt.
Wait, you got a gift for Mother's Day?
Well, it's kind of a gift for her so that I look good for her.
What?
Yeah.
Did you just reinvent Mother's Day? Sorry, my phone was being texted.
Oh no, you're cool.
Is that like it's like lingerie?
Yeah.
But for dudes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like I'm gonna look good for you.
Right. Yeah. Right. So she's like, wear that shirt. I like that shirt. And I was like, okay. And she's like, it's more for me than it is for you. And I was like, okay, gift. And but yeah, she hates the gold. So
if I can mute that. That's very annoying. That should still be recording. My buddy Danny. No, that's not Danny. It's another human being. My apologies. That was a really nice bit there. Please proceed.
No. So it's just a joke. I was like, I want a gold chain. She's like, don't do that. I was like, I want one. And so I got one.
When did you get the gold chain?
I got it like a few months ago.
Okay, so you had it, and you were just waiting for the right moment.
Right.
And I'm being filmed today.
I'm wearing it today.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is its big debut.
She gave me crap as I walked out the door.
She's like, don't do it.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm gonna be a new person when I come back.
I got to do this.
You look good.
Appreciate it.
It works out. And did you have a necklace too?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She hates it all.
Well, how long have you had the necklace?
At the same time I got this, it came with it.
So hold on. We're not talking about a bracelet. We're talking about a set.
We're talking about a set.
We're talking about a set.
The bracelet comes out for special occasions.
You're a man of taste. I mean, a Manhattan. That's a nice drink. Thank you for the cigar. Much appreciated.
That's probably my top favorite cigar right now.
Okay, and it's a little one. You're not showboating.
No. So that used to be a very, very popular cigar probably about 6 decades ago.
Of course.
And like that style, the really thin style. It's now recently starting to make a comeback. And so I tried them. It's a Crux, CRUX, and it's the white series. And yeah,
so the smaller ones used to be more popular.
Well, it's not. So yeah. So it's thinner, but it's it's about the length.
Sure. Yeah, I was just talking about the the girth.
Well, everybody starts showing off.
Right.
Sometimes I'll get a 1-incher.
Yeah, I can't do those. I get like my cigar knowledge is very limited. I'll go into like cigar bars and be like, what's the most mild one you have? So it's like New World Connecticut. It's like super light paper, just like super light. I don't like the morning aftertaste, whatever. But yeah, this seems very, very doable. It seems like a golf course cigar, just chilling.
It's really chill. It takes about, you could smoke it if you're just chilling doing some work, maybe 45 minutes ish. Okay. So, and the morning aftertaste, like if you get like a good cigar that's humidified well, it's not going to leave that taste in your mouth.
Really?
You're going to wake up the next day and be completely fine.
So I've just been buying bad cigars.
Sometimes if they're drier, or if they burn too hot, they'll like kind of burn the inside of your mouth.
Do you like your cigars with it, stupid question, with it like in your mouth, or do you have like the burner and kind of get it going first?
Both. I've been really into matches lately.
Interesting, to get like a cleaner burn.
Yeah.
See, I love this nerdy stuff, whether it's coffee or cocktails or cigars, just like little knowledge that if someone doesn't know what they're doing, like, here's the correct way.
I don't know the correct way at all.
The correct way is the way you like it.
It tastes good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get like a cleaner burn. Do you get specific matches, or it can be anything?
Oh, it could be anything. Okay. Anything that lights well. The crappy ones from Total Wine that they give you, don't ever use those. They go out. It doesn't.
Do they have cigars at Total Wine? That's my new favorite place.
Yeah. They have a whole humidor.
Okay, but not good.
No, the cigars are fine.
Okay.
They're usually on the drier side.
Gotcha.
But the matches that they give you.
Okay.
You could be in a space like this, no wind, anything. You light the match and it goes out.
Oh, I see.
It's like, what's the point of this?
What's the point of these matches?
Like,
yeah. I had we go on this golf trip, and there's this guy named Duke who is like the cigar god. Like, he chain smokes them all weekend, and I think he's the guy who showed us how to do it. Where he's got one of those, I don't know, windlass lighters, like the little torches.
The butane.
And he just gets it started with it. He's not puffing on it. He just sits it and he's like, this is how you do it. And then he gets a perfect burn. I'm like, all right, that's what's up.
A good even burn.
Yeah.
On the edges, and then
So you're not there just puffing and trying to look cool. It's like this is the way to do it. So ever since then, that's been my move.
Well, I learned something the other day that apparently is bad cigar etiquette, and I've been doing it for years.
Don't you hate that when you learn something new?
Yeah. So, well, I guess it was a little bit longer ago. So. Bad cigar etiquette is when you're done with the cigar, a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to tamp this out to put it out.
Right.
You're supposed to just take it and drop and let it go out on its own.
Right.
Apparently, when you tamp it out, it actually makes it smell really bad. That's how you get that like really bad cigar smell in a space that lasts for a really long time. So
interesting.
So good etiquette's actually not tamp it out.
Just let it be.
Right.
It's so disrespectful to the person who rolled it.
Well,
you should know better. Sorry, I'm just trying my best. You're a bad person.
Apparently, I've been embarrassing myself.
You're just hurting people's feelings. Everyone at the cigar bar is like, look at this animal just tamping it out. This rookie.
Yeah. Rocky Patel sitting there across the table from me is like, gosh, dang it,
idiot. No, it's nice though. I'm excited to try it out. Thank you so much for bringing me a present.
Yeah, of course.
But no, Total Wine. That's like my new doing this podcast and trying to get all these new recipes and bottles, whatever. It's like Toys R Us.
It's great.
It's so good. I got a gift card there for my mother-in-law a couple years ago. I'm like, it's got like grapes on the the logo. This place is gonna suck.
It's huge.
It's amazing. It's so good. They have everything. It's great.
It's huge. They have decent prices as far as I can tell.
I don't know if it's much cheaper. Actually, it might be more expensive, but the atmosphere, man.
Well, they have
nice.
mostly everything that you need.
Pull the mic just a little closer. Yeah, there you go.
Is that better?
That'll be good.
Cool.
I'm just awkwardly keep glancing at
the
wavelengths.
You're looking at my
just want to make sure we're good. There we go.
Oh, yes. There we go. Okay. Yeah. I should have known better.
Loud and clear. No, you're good, man.
You're gonna be in post going.
Like, no, it's not worth it. The one thing that does happen in post I've noticed is like I'll line up the clips, and then as we'll talk for like an hour or two, the audio will slightly get off, and I don't know why. And
I don't know what's up with that.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah. It'll sound exactly fine, and then all of a sudden
it'll be lined up,
off.
and then like an hour and 10 minutes in, I'm like, it's not matched up properly, and you'll have to like slightly readjust.
Well, I think there's a setting that you can do to make it automatically sync.
Yes,
like
I'm
that?
not using that.
Okay.
So maybe that would fix it.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what the setting is. My brother-in-law is one of
just-
those people that just like meticulously gets into these programs and figures out every little nuance that no one else would ever know and is able to just
Right.
make this stuff work.
It's a quick YouTube video. I could just, figure it out. But it doesn't take too long to match it up. But
Right.
we should just have AI edit it because that's a thing now.
Yeah.
It's like $30 a month and it'll just edit the entire episode in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, because to the next point, I feel like you're good at delegating and time is valuable and all that stuff. What is even your job right now? What do you do?
Everything.
Everything. You said you started off, or at least
I
dabbled in
started off in,
videography or graphic design.
Graphic design
Yeah.
first.
Okay.
So when I was doing graphic design, I liked the art of it. Like I thought I was just, gonna have all these great designs that I was gonna apply to the real world.
Sure.
And then immediately once I got into the real world, I realized, oh, this is not how it goes. I am there to be someone else's hands. And so it was kind of I don't know. You do music.
I
Okay?
do music.
Yeah. So there's a difference between music that you love to make and then music that sometimes is going to sell good. And, sometimes I feel like, I've known a decent amount of musicians, and some that have done really well, and some who haven't done well, they always say the exact same thing. They're like, okay, well, to make this money or sell this thing, I had to sell out a little bit, or I didn't want to sell out as much, and so, and there's this crossroad where they go. And I feel like it's like that for design,
Sure.
especially digital design, where it was, I could either stick to my guns and always, and just do what I want and probably not make any money, or I have to kind of just like understand the art's over for me. Time to go
make money.
Yeah. So I just
You're a
kinda gave up on
sellout,
it.
dude.
That's
You're
what
a
I feel like.
Bad guy. You know what? Take those chains off. I agree with your wife. So
That's how it feels.
Yeah.
It was like I just had to make a decision. It's like, okay, do I want to make money or do I want to do the art? And I realized that I was like, I could do art on my own. I'm not going to be able to do this for a living.
right.
And so that actually opened up a lot of doors, because
Was the art side, like, is that your main passion and still is your main passion? Is like graphic design or that kind of
not
ballpark?
not so much anymore.
Okay.
Like I like doing
But
logo design. I like color theory and stuff like that. Like I'm really big into that because I like the whole branding aspect of stuff. But it opened up a lot of doors for me, because once I realized, okay, I'm not in this for the artsy aspect anymore, then I started getting into other areas like social media and that strategy. Then I was like, okay, videography and photography, that's an itch I can scratch. All right, now moving forward that, okay, now Excel. What's Excel? Excel's cool. It does really cool things. And then I'm now in like SEO and data and all that stuff. And that's kind of how it, spiraled out of control from there.
Sure. And you still, I feel like you always had like a pretty solid like North Star of, and this might sound bad, but like you knew you wanted to make money with it, which is
Right.
like, I feel like that's kind of where, I could struggle, where it's like, I don't know, whatever itch you're trying to scratch. I'm just like, there's money to provide for the family, but I also like want to like, I don't know, like whether it's music or videos, I feel like I can be all over the place, where you're just like, you know what, like I love graphic design, but like, what can I do to level up and make money, provide for my family, just be a badass, whatever form that takes, and I feel like that's propelled you to just, it's been a good motivator.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Well, no,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. So the big motivator for me was, like when I grew up, we weren't poor by any means, but we definitely, what I learned later in life, we were definitely kind of like a paycheck to paycheck kind of people.
I get that. Yeah.
I made decisions in life that I realized weren't the proper decisions financially.
Sure.
Thinking that this was the only way to do it. You get older,
get them
you go
credit
to college,
cards, and
you get the credit cards, you go into debt, you go to college, and then you get a job.
That's what we were sold.
Right.
That was the only way. It's like, all right, I'll listen, Dad. Let's do it.
Yeah, and then it's one of those things. Well, we did the best with what we had, but I think the reason why a lot of those decisions were recommended was because, one, that's all we knew, and two, it's just like there's no other way to be successful. We don't know. We don't have the money to just pay for this stuff out of pocket.
Right.
So we have to go into debt.
We have to.
I didn't want that for my kids, and so the thought is, okay, I'm gonna build whatever I want, whatever I can build, so that my kids know a different path and have those options open to them. And if it takes me staying up for 3 nights in a row to make that happen, there's a famous quote, I forget who it's by, but he's a motivational speaker, and there's this YouTube video I listen to every once in a while, and he's like, if you have to, he's talking about a guy going to see a life coach.
Yeah.
And he tells him to go out into the water, and he keeps going out further and further into the water, and then he takes him and he holds him underwater. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
He holds him underwater, and he's like,
it was just mentioned in a book I read. I forget which
really?
one. Yeah.
Okay.
They talked about the story, but please continue.
No, so he holds him underwater, and right before the guy's about to pass out, he lifts up his head and he says, until you want to be successful as much as you want to breathe, you'll never be successful. And one part in the quote,
that's good.
It's like, if you have to stay up for 3 days straight to be successful, then you got to do it so you don't miss the chance to be successful. And it's like,
I hate that.
Right.
Because I know it's right. I usually hate good quotes because I'm like, oh, that's the truth. Like, the truth is always simple, like when you feel it, it's like, damn it, I'm not giving it. I'm not giving it my all,
Right. No one ever is.
I guess that's true because I really struggle with, like, I never feel productive, which isn't true. I bust my ass and I'm constantly editing and doing new ventures, whatever. I just quit my 9 to 5, like, outside looking in, like, doing okay. But at the end of the day, it's hard for me to be like, I checked all the boxes. Time to relax,
No, there's never.
I guess there's never that, but you need it. Like, you need that reset for sure. Like, I think there's a lot of benefits to having a couple of cocktails and talking or watching a movie with the wife and all that stuff. But yeah, just that feeling of like, but there's also truth to what you just said. Like, there's some big action items that you need to take care of. And maybe a month or 3 months or a year has passed and they're still not being done.
Right.
Like, dude, maybe 3 days in a row of you just dead on focused can take care of it.
Right.
So like seasons,
It's crazy to think about the amount of time, if you look back to how much you procrastinate on a daily basis. Cause I'm riddled with this. And it's like, man, I got so much done in these last few hours. If I put an entire 8, 10 hours, 12 hours a day with this same drive, imagine
where could you be? Have you tried or heard about that new kind of thing, monk mode?
No.
Where these people, I feel like you would eat it up. Where it's like you there's a couple of videos on it, but the premise is like basically what you just said. Like, oh, those 3 days I killed it. It's like, okay, cool. Set aside a time period. It has to be at least 40 days. It's like 30 or 40 days.
Okay.
And in that, you make up like rules, like no drinking. Maybe you can have cigars, but like no drinking. Like if you smoke, like no weed, whatever. Eat better, exercise more, and like focused work every day. You don't hang out with friends. You don't go out. You don't go out partying. Nothing. It's like, and you tell your inner circle, like, hey guys,
I'm going monk
June
mode.
1st to July 15th. I'm doing monk mode. I love you all. Like, call me, text me, whatever. But like, I'm not hanging out. Like, I am focused.
I feel like that's what I do now.
Yeah. You do it naturally.
I feel like I'm like, all right, I don't go out and see people unless I have a meeting or unless there's like something really important.
I bribe you with booze.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I don't. It's probably not a great thing, but I know I don't like see my friends nearly as much as I probably should.
Well, how old are you?
31.
31. Yeah, I'm 33. It gets tough. You
Yeah.
know, like late 20s, early 30s, it's like, you're obviously very ambitious, you're successful. There's a time and a place, but like sometimes even when you do it, you're like, sounds bad, but like almost a waste of time, or you can't even fully enjoy it, depending on what it is.
That's
like, oh man,
it's a bad mindset to get into, but
Right.
it's an uncomfortable truth where if you're sitting, when I'm sitting down with people and I'm smoking a cigar or having a glass
Sure.
of whiskey, like we're talking about life, but we're also like related on another level. Like, we're related in the business sense, like different goals. Not, unfortunately, a lot of the people that you end up surrounding yourself with are people who are never content with their current lives. They're just like constantly just like,
yeah,
we got to do this. I got to do this. Got to crush that. Got to do that. And it's fun, but it's also exhausting. But it does actually propel you forward a
Sure.
little bit, where you have other friends who are more casual, which is great because I think it's fine. I think it's great to every once in a while go out and be a bonehead.
Agreed.
It's like
absolutely.
But at the same time, like you can't do it every month. You can't do it every week because, then all of a sudden your productivity starts going down.
We my brother had a really good quote, because it's like the quote, it's like, you are the 5 like people you hang around with most, like
Right.
you're like that. And that always kind of bothered me. I'm like, well, like I know that person's not like whatever, like let's say like doing exactly what I'm doing, but like I love that dude, like that's a good person. Like I don't want to like, I'm only gonna hang out with like business minded people trying to become X business. Like it's like I really thought about it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to live my life that way or vet my people that way. And my brother said, he goes, it's not that. He goes, it's actually like an equation or a percentage. He goes, 50% of the people you hang out with should be like-minded like you, like half. And I was like, okay. He goes, 30% should just be kind of neutral, like whatever. Maybe they're not crushing it, but it's fine. He goes, and 20% should be those, for lack of a better phrase, like those shithead people. You're going out getting blackout drunk, having a good time.
Right.
And he goes, and for them, I already screwed it up. The 50% should be people better than you. Is what he said, like better than you. The 30% is the equal, and the 20% are just the complete opposite, whatever. And he goes, and when you do hang out with the 20%, you are their 50%, or
Right.
the people that are above you or doing better. So he broke it up in this way. I did a bad job explaining that, but
No, I think that's great.
I think you got the point where he's like, there's people that are above, middle, and neutral, and it's like, as long as most of your time isn't with the goofballs, it's like, that's fine.
Right.
Don't completely neglect them, but like have a balance. And the way he set it up, I'm like, that feels more I would like to approach like my friend groups and just life in general,
But then the nice thing about that is then when it's time to move on from certain friend groups. 'Cause
for sure. There's that too.
If you start getting there and your 50% starts becoming a smaller and smaller percentage,
Mm-hmm.
I know over the past few years, like, because I've always had that, not that exact equation, but I've always been I want to go into a room, and sometimes it's nice to be, this is going to sound like, this is going to sound
gold,
like
it's going to sound very gold chain.
Yeah. And very, very gold chain.
Gold
Like,
chain.
I like walking into a room and sitting there and going, I feel like I know more than these people. But I think it's a lot more fun to go into a room and feel very self-conscious about how much you don't know. And then as soon as you start like getting, okay, now you start segmenting in your head, okay, I know a little bit more here, know a little bit more there. And you're like, okay, now I got to find more people. And how the heck do I do that?
Right.
How do you find more people?
I love that. Like that was always, I try to make that when I was doing the band stuff. I was like, I always wanted to be like the worst musician in the band, because then you can grow, So yeah, if you can walk into a room and be like, I can't believe I'm in this room with these people, like odds are it's like that's the spot to be in. Because if you're always, crushing it or confident, like you're probably not pushing yourself, or you've peaked, or you've hit your ceiling.
Right.
So just being uncomfortable in general, like that's good.
Well, and the one thing that, they always say the person in the room that talks the most is usually the person that knows the least. And I've always been really self-conscious about that quote, because there's times where I feel like I should say something to show value. And it's like lately it's been more of, oh, I don't have to say anything. Your value should be apparent in the work that you do. And if your value comes down to a split second of you saying something impactful, then you aren't actually giving a lot of value, or they don't actually care about you at all, and which you should just move on.
We're just talking just to talk.
Yeah. It's like
Sure.
sometimes you get stuck in this. You're like, oh, I should probably say something, because all these other people are saying something. I should probably say something, because what are they going to think of me? Do they think I don't know anything?
Gotcha. Just chiming in just to chime in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Just to show your
man.
value in some way.
You're giving me flashbacks to the old corporate America days. That was just a few months ago. You'd have these group conference calls, and the meeting, to be clear, would be over. All right, we're all done, and the meeting was already pretty much just a check the box item anyways, unless anyone has anything to say, and then you get those 2 to 3 people just blowing smoke.
Right.
Like, what are you even talking about? But they just had to say something, and it was the same people every time. I don't know. Maybe it's a smart play to climb the corporate ladder because they're visible, but every time it's like, that didn't need to be said. You're just talking.
My favorite example of that is someone makes a point, and then someone else chimes in and says, yeah, going off of what they said.
Just to piggyback off that.
Yeah, or to reiterate, and they say the exact same
I'm guilty.
thing.
I for sure have done it.
Oh, 100%. Sure. But it depends on the time period. And it's so funny that I'm not going to share the example I'm thinking of, because it will be very apparent.
Okay.
But like a few, this is in past work lives and stuff like that, where the people who would do that the most, I would sit there and go, it's because it's very obvious that your job is at risk. Ooh. It's because this entire department over here, everybody's trying to make themselves valuable, because, the writing's on the wall that people are going to start, getting tossed because they just weren't performing, or industries are changing, and so they aren't as needed anymore. And so you could always tell the more that job security was not at as risk. Secure, then the more people started chiming in meetings.
Silence is power, man.
Right.
And now you're do you own your own business, or because I just know you as like entrepreneur guy?
Oh, okay. So I do a bunch of things, and so I have a company, which is Madman Marketing.
Right.
I have equity in a few other companies.
Dang, man.
And then I also do other work. So like a big part of my work that I do is I work for an AI agency.
I hear AI is not doing anything good. It's all bad.
No, it's a fluke.
I hear there's no future in AI. You should probably get out of that one.
Yeah, right.
Dude, well done.
So they it's a company called Anuvo. Hopefully we don't say anything weird on this, because I just name dropped on
Full disclosure too, I haven't had to do it yet, but I always tell my guests, like, if there's anything after we're done filming that you're like, hey, actually take it, like, I will take out whatever. I want you to be comfortable.
Oh, in that case.
Yeah.
I got some story. No.
I'm just saying, like, if anything you say you feel uncomfortable with, I also edit these podcasts, so just feel comfortable. And if something bothers you later, it's no big deal.
No. There's nothing uncomfortable that I would ever say. I think everything that I say, I'm more than comfortable with. I was just making a joke because
what were we
people
saying
from
about
Anuvo might see clips from this,
totally,
and so they're gonna be like, "You better represent us, right?
You better represent us.
We're on the cusp, and it's like, we're killing it, but
absolutely.
True, don't let this little guy ruin it.
No, we're going on this podcast, and we're gonna get some drinks and talk about the business.
So a big part of the work I do is in this company called Anuvo, and they are kind of a mixture of like an ad agency, a data provider, but their primary focus is on AI. So they built a proprietary AI system. This is not sponsored. Sorry, I'm just nerd out. I geek out on this stuff.
I love it.
They built a proprietary AI tool. It's a classic. Here's the jargon: LLM, large language learning model, where web crawler goes across the web. But basically, they built a way to model users online for specific intent. So everybody's used to going out and figure out, okay, we need females 35 to 45 that are interested in dogs, and go target them with ads. But they're really figuring out like why users are making certain purchasing decisions. And I've been in advertising, and I'm not going to go through the whole sales pitch for them. So it's not like that.
By all means.
I've been in the marketing field for, I can finally say over a decade now.
Which just sounds cooler.
Yeah. And with 100% honesty, I have never seen a tool work as well as this does for marketing and advertising performance. I've never seen something that, like, I've worked for a million different companies, furniture companies, tuxedo companies, other advertising agencies, that you're doing the work and you're just like, this product ain't that good.
And this is this AI tool?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it models user intent online, and it goes to a web page and it reads line by line, what is the web page talking about? What is this sentence talking about? What is this sentence talking about? And it's able to model that and tell you what the page is about. It could be talking about a car, but the word car isn't anywhere on the page. It just knows that it's talking about a car, and it's really advanced stuff. And yeah, sorry, I'm like sitting here kind of nerding out about it. And like, what should I say?
Podcast
next?
man, no, go for it. You're doing great.
But the cool thing about it is they're one of the few systems out there that are like privacy compliant, so it doesn't take cookies to track users around the web. So it's one of those companies that it's safe, right? Like,
safer. Yeah,
we don't know who the users are. We just know that there's a user that's taking in these content consumption patterns, that are following these content consumption patterns, and they're having high intent to purchase or interact with a brand, and so we're going to show them an ad.
And did you say this was one of your companies or one you've invested in, or what's your deal with them?
I have stock in this company.
Gotcha.
No, so this company, I have a W-2 position with this company.
Got it.
Yeah. And it's one of the best companies I've ever worked for.
Amazing.
But, I do have a business as well that's primarily SEO.
Right.
And this company it's not a small fee. It's not like a side hustle. It's like decent size. We have a decent amount of clients. I actually have a lot of people doing the work for me.
See, that's the move, man.
Well,
the delegation game.
I do some of the work for myself.
Sure.
As long as it doesn't compete with anything else, and but it makes for long nights too.
Do you delegate to like try to buy some free time so you can hang out with the wife and kids, or to do more business stuff? Is it like, how do you make that first step into delegation where you're like, this has to happen? Because I'll be like, I'll just work harder and do everything and keep more money, which is not the way to do it.
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, like, I've had this business for a while, and I've been working for this company for a while, but I'm doing it because I actually enjoy it.
Right.
Like, it's not even it's not even like a money situation anymore. Like, I don't need money. I don't need more money. I don't need certain positions or certain jobs to pay the bills. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. I enjoy the AI field. I enjoy like
almost
all the people
hobby.
I work with, and
that's incredible.
It's
like
a blast.
you just like glazed over a sentence. I think it would make most people wince or get jealous or beg and plead that they wish they had that. Like you said, like, I don't need the money to work this job, but you love it. Like, right. that is huge. That is such like it's a milestone that I would say most people don't hit. Which is so. Why, for sure. How many people like on average, just like in the world, are just working just to like put food on the table, pay bills, pay off credit cards, and you're like, you're dude,
that happens.
You're 31.
No, I'm not. Like, I'm not rich by any. Like, it's not like that. Like,
you could always use more, but to be in the position where like I'm good, and like I'm gonna work here because like I like that's amazing.
Well, so like when I first started my business, this was I first started like contracting and freelancing probably 6 years ago.
Sure. Which is young. I mean, that's just mid-20s. Like most people, I feel like, are in rock bands.
Right.
Like
I wish I was in a rock
no,
band.
you don't. Yeah, definitely not. But like you've always been getting after it, and I feel like I came across wrong where I'm like just money was your North Star or whatever. But like,
I mean,
feel like
it kind of is a little bit,
Sure.
but I have to enjoy what I'm doing.
But I feel like it's like a passion for you, and especially now that you have like wife and kids, I'm sure like providing for them is obviously like a big deal. But
Right.
just like you're in it for like the love of the game, it feels
Right.
like, yeah, which is super cool.
So it's actually really funny.
So sorry about those
just-
kids.
No, I love it because this is exactly so.
Never again.
I'm building a studio in my office right now.
Yeah, we need soundproofing,
which is at
yes.
home.
There you go.
And it's gonna sound exactly like this.
You know what it to not sound like maybe get some soundproofing.
No,
on the
I
ceiling.
think that's all the fun of it. Like,
Part of the flair.
my father-in-law owned a studio for a while out in Chesterfield Valley, and one of the call signs of the studio I always felt it was right by the Spirit of St. Louis Airport. And so you'd be doing a podcast and you hear just like over every once in a while. And it
Yes.
was just like everybody knew it was that studio.
Part of the flavor. Well, it's just
Yeah.
the season of life we're in. Like you have two awesome kids, young, young kiddos, and we got upstairs a 5-year-old, a new 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So it sounds like
awesome
that.
age. It's an awesome age. This is how mine sounds, except with a little more yelling because it's one's about to turn 4
Yeah.
this summer, and the other one just turned 1, so they don't really understand the concept of like listening or sitting still. So
Sure. Well, it's amazing, like so you're a dad, and you said like you want to like give your kids a life, like
Yeah.
not to sound crude, but like a life I never had. Like obviously, like we're fine,
Yeah.
But like like you could probably do, with all respect to like our parents, like I think I could do better. Like maybe I can give
Right.
my kids a leg up. And just from this brief start to this podcast, like it sounds like you're doing an incredible job, and you're diversifying, and you're getting investments in other companies, and still you're doing the W-2 job, and you own your own business. Like,
Yeah, it's a
That's
lot
incredible.
of fun. Well, the W-2 job, I just like thoroughly enjoy that job, and I love
Yeah.
the people that I work with.
That's huge.
Which is why, like, I mean, if I only did that job, I would be incredibly happy.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it because it's a lot of fun and I'm learning a lot. But like, could I go all into my business? And I've done that before. I've gone
Sure.
all into the business, and it's been fine. It's been great. But it's like, now I'm like, the business is being built to a point to where I can just like, I can do some of the work because I enjoy it. Like, it's a lot of SEO work. I love SEO. But also I, just talked to someone the other day. Is like, hey, do you want to learn SEO? Like, I want to teach it. I love the concept. So I get to nerd out. You get to learn a new skill, and then you can also do some of the work. So then I can focus more in on the things that I really enjoy, which is like AI and advertising and my family.
Sure.
And then make less money in the business, but it's like, I don't care. I got a W-2 job right here too.
There's like a certain number. I forget what it is, but I think it's much lower than you think. It's like either 60 or 80,000. It's like once you reach that point, it's like until you make let's say like 400,000 and above. Like, but once
Right.
you hit that threshold, it's like more money doesn't actually make you more happy. It's like because then it's like you have food, you have a roof over your head, you have basic needs met, and then maybe you'll get happier once you reach like that 30K a month or whatever it is. Then it changes. But for the most part, it's like 60K a month or a year could feel the same as 150,000.
Right. And I feel like a lot of that is probably because once for every like 20K more that you make, because like every 10K more that you make,
More
there's
stress.
Like, but every 20K more that you make, you like eat out a little more.
Yeah,
or
you just eat
it. A couple
Extra
extra pairs
guac.
and extra guac, extra pairs of Nikes,
Sure.
a gold chain. And,
Gold chain.
and then all of a sudden you're pretty much living the exact same
Right.
level as you were anyway.
To live below the means and just to slowly level up and, like we said, like pay off the debt or, just follow a different path.
Right.
Because I don't know if I'm assuming you probably went to college and got the degree and
Yeah, I'm still
all that.
paying it off. I actually got lucky though, and this is one of my biggest not even humble brag. This is my biggest brag I have in my entire life.
Go for it.
Right around COVID, when they were originally talking about like forgiving federal loans and all that stuff.
Yes.
All of the private like student loan companies started trying to get people to refinance, because if you refinance all your federal loans, then it won't get forgiven. So they're like, refinance through us, and then basically you're locked in there. It's not going to get forgiven. I knew they weren't ever going to get forgiven. So
right. Yes.
So with the loan company, I got an offer for like a 2% interest rate. And I was like, awesome. So I took all of my student loans and I refinanced them, which were a lot of student loans. Because I was one of those guys who was like, I could get it. I got a job in college, but also like I want all that money for myself. So I'll just put my apartment on it and I'll put this on it. And it's just like so stupid. Out. Yeah. So I have this 10-year loan now that's almost halfway through on a 2% interest rate. And it's like my last loans were like 11%.
Dang, that should be illegal. That is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
The whole forgiving the student loans was a real thing. And mine weren't crazy high. It was like a couple years at the community college, and then I went to University of Missouri St. Louis. But yeah, like my brother and I were in the same boat, and he's like, dude, we don't got to pay these anymore. Like, because like during COVID, they like froze them. Like you didn't have to make payments.
Right.
And I was like, yeah. So they froze them, and then they said they were going to forgive them, and I just doubled down, and I paid mine off.
That's the way to do it. Because
I paid it off.
When they freeze them, they freeze the interest.
Right.
So you're like, all right, let's start paying.
So I just like bust my ass, and I was like, I don't want to hold this anymore. I graduated in 2016, so it wasn't too long.
Oh, we graduated around the same time.
Yeah. I took 6 years to finish my bachelor's. So I didn't do it in 4. I was working nights at UPS, so I like would take, maybe like a class or 2 shy of like a full semester, but just steadily worked on it. It's like 3 years to get the associates, 3 years to get the bachelor's. But yeah, I was like, yeah, the government's probably not gonna. But I freaked out for a little bit because like whatever I had left at the time, it was like probably between 10 and 15,000, and I just busted my ass and I paid it off. And then it's kind of started to sound like they're going to forgive these loans. And I'm like, I swear, if I just paid these off. And then like 3 months later, like, and they're all forgiven. I was like, I will lose my shit.
Right.
But there was some pride to it too. Like I took these loans, I borrowed the money, like I should pay it off,
Right.
And my heart does go out to some people who had all the right intentions, if they're going for something bigger, like lawyer, doctor, and they got 6 figures plus of student loans, and the interest is redonkulous.
Yeah,
and they just can't pay it. It's like that should be like that's not okay.
We couldn't pay anything. Like we couldn't even make payments on our loans. Like I almost got kicked out of college because I couldn't get the financing to go for it. And they're like, well,
that's
what can
ridiculous.
you pay? And I was like, I have $25 to my name. They're like, go to the office, give them $25, and then you'll be fine. And I gave them that $25, and then all of a sudden, and then they just
give them $25.
$25, and then they kept me in for the rest of the semester, only because I made a payment.
Because it was something.
Yeah, because it was something.
That's weird. Because they knew, like, well, if we get his $25, then he's locked in for.
Then he's gonna get the loan.
Ridiculous.
He's gonna find some shark or whatever, which is end up.
And we got to make these decisions when we're 18,
right? And
we're taking out decisions that are gonna like this topic has been beat to death, but like that we're gonna be paying off for until we're in our 40s,
right?
I have my oldest who's going to school this year. For first year of kindergarten, awesome. And I have such a bitter taste about college where I'm just like, don't take any of this seriously.
I tell
like,
everybody don't go.
Yeah, I'm just like, same. I'm like, I was telling my wife, I'm like, I don't know if they need to go to college. Like I busted, dude, as you know, my ass to get like that degree. I got a business degree, which was a lot of math.
Which is good.
It is good. It was hard.
Right.
It wasn't like, I thought business would be like business talk, whatever. It was like I was going to be a professor. Like it was accounting and like operational management. Do you remember like word problems from grade school? It was like some of these word problems would take 2 or 3 pages of like calculus and the right words to figure out this answer. Mm-hmm. I mean, I lived in like study hall to figure out how to pass these tests.
Right.
It was work and thousands of dollars, and you just do it. And now I make a living with the camera from stuff I've learned from, just trial and error and YouTube and buying like a course for $1,000 and studying your ass off, but enjoying it,
Yeah.
Versus whatever, college costs $50 to $100K. And what are you learning?
Most of it's obsolete by the time you get out.
It's obsolete. I would say the best thing I learned from college was stress and time management, but it was never what I was actually learning.
Right.
But the ability to wake up and at 5 a.m. study, go to school from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then go to work from 2:30 to 11.
Yeah.
And then rinse, wash, repeat for 11 years. Like that was still, I think, the hardest time of my life. And then I still had the band stuff on top of that, you know?
Yeah.
So when I'm busy now, I'm like, it's nothing like that. Like that was hell.
Right.
You know? So it resets, like, I guess your hard level. But man, as far as like the investment that I got back from college, like it's useless. As far as the actual like knowledge, at least for my experience.
Yeah, I mean some of the stuff you do gain that investment back. I think you gain the investment back if you go into, you know, if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer.
Agreed.
Those fields you gain it back, but a lot of the stuff that we're doing now you can learn outside of college. Like
totally.
You can be a business owner outside of college. You can do a lot of things outside of college. Like a really good example of this. I'm in marketing. I'm in a very analytical side of marketing. I was told that I had to take the marketing track to do that, which is a lot of math and economics and all that type of stuff. I instead took the communications track and advertising track, and I also did a little bit of psychology because I thought that was interesting. So I took that track, and I am doing the exact same job that I would have done with a way harder path than I did here. I'm with like all the D1 athletes that are going to be professional sports players, so they're just trying to take the easiest thing in the world, and I'm like, this is my life, you know.
This is my life.
Like you're taking what I'm like super interested in, and like this is just easy, you know.
Right.
And it's the exact same thing. And then with, you know, they didn't teach SEO in college. SEO wasn't even a thing in college. Like they barely even taught advertising. It was mostly just like theoretical stuff.
How did you? Because my last guest is very big on SEO, and she does a really good job with it. Like, how did you get started on SEO? And because it sounds like that's a passion of yours, and you actually like it. And to me, it's a foreign language. Like I barely understand the concept. I know it's important. I know it can help my business. How did you get started in that, and why do you like it so much?
I got started on SEO because every single company that I've pretty much ever worked for has been either like at the start of digital marketing, like they didn't even have social media profiles. You know, I was kind of in that crossover.
Right.
Or it was, we need you to do a whole lot with very, very little. So no advertising budget or very little advertising budget.
Before you go into that rabbit hole,
yeah,
if you can briefly describe what SEO is,
Sure.
If someone's got like if they have no idea what it is.
SEO stands for search engine optimization.
That's what I know. We're through with my knowledge. So yeah, so kind of explain a little further. Yeah.
What it is it's a way of optimizing web content so that it shows up in Google higher without actually having to pay for it. Or now the biggest thing is so that when people are searching, you know, using AI for search, that your business might show up of like, what are the top videographers in St. Louis?
Right.
Now Henthorne Media is showing up in that list.
And I think she said too, like even me, let's say like doing something as simple as like this podcast, but we're still calling it Henthorne Media, since that's being posted organically like on YouTube or the internet, it could kind of up the SEO on that brand,
especially on YouTube, because Google owns YouTube. So
there you go. Strategy, baby.
Yeah, so you'll show up in YouTube search. SEO isn't just for like search engines though. It's for search engines, for AI, it's for social media platforms, so that your stuff is showing up when people are asking questions. Like more and more people are going on TikTok and Instagram and actually asking questions to find answers to certain things that most people would be going to Google for.
Right.
So it's optimizing all of your content so that you're showing up for real questions that people are asking for.
So having, and this is probably the wrong way to phrase it, a high SEO. I don't know how you would phrase it, but like, or just making sure like your brand or your business, like the way I understand it's like you want to be top of the page.
Right.
So someone, let's say, wants that to happen. What's the best way for X company, X product to have for lack of a better phrase, a better SEO or to show up more on top of that Google search or what have you?
It changes all of the time.
No, those bastards.
And I know. Well,
we're looking for the sauce.
I have a really good story of how that changes. So, first of all, understanding why it's important and these stats are going to be messed up, but they're generally correct.
They better be 100%.
This is how I live my life. I don't
Pull
know
it up, 100%,
Jamie. But it's about I'm kind of right. About 85% of all users are clicking on the first organic result after all the ads. But now there's all this other stuff put in where, you go to Google and it says people also ask this thing and they're finding their answers, or the AI overview where you don't even have to click on anything anymore.
Right. That's right. You can just read that little paragraph. I get it.
Right. So you're all clicking on the first result. So if you aren't number 1, number 2, or number 3, chances are no one's ever going to click on you. And so that's why it's so...
Did I misunderstand that? If you're the top 3, you're not going to get clicked on?
No, if you're number 1, number 2, and number 3 in the organic results, if you're under that...
If you're under it, okay.
Pretty much no one's ever going to click on
That makes
you.
sense. I missed the under part. I'm like, wait, I thought that's what we wanted.
If
you're number 1, forget about it. No one's going to click on you.
Be on the second page with all the cool websites.
That's where you want to be. This guy's on it.
Right.
So if you're number 4, you're useless.
I mean... You might get something, but it's super important to be in those top positions. What was the question?
We're going over SEO, the importance of it. I keep
and then how does someone get there?
Yes.
Yeah. No, you're keeping me on track because I'll go down a rabbit hole.
You're doing great.
So how you get there is, and like I said, it changes all the time, but it's by having good content. So if people find your content helpful, they're going to draw more users to it. They're going to you're going to get more traffic towards your content. So that's a big part of it is user experience. Is your website fast? Do people stay on your website? Those are all really important. The next thing is the content relevant? So this is where keywords kind of come into play.
Interesting.
What if you're a lawyer and you're trying to rank for personal injury, does your content have the words that people are searching for? Are people searching for, best personal injury lawyers near me, best, personal injury lawyers in St. Louis? A big part of SEO now is not just being there as a service-based business, but being there for helpful content. So what do I do after a car accident? Now you're writing an article as a lawyer about what to do after a car accident, and they're going to your site. And then you're also adding a little, well, if you're injured, give us a call.
Interesting. So if would people give you money to make sure that they show up on pages better or could be up number 1? How would you, what would be the strategy? If I'm someone watching this, I'm like, that makes sense. I get it. But what can I do tomorrow to at least move in the right direction? Should I start writing blogs? Should I make a podcast?
You should start writing content.
Start writing content. Instagram, on TikTok,
on
blogs.
Your website. I think
interesting.
Blogs. So social media is big, but there's a lot of users on social media.
Write content on your website.
Yeah, I think starting a blog is my first recommendation that I give to everybody because it's because your website has to be relevant for a particular topic. So you could be a videographer.
Yes.
But if there's other websites that seem more relevant for videography, they're going to show up before you. And so writing on topics about videography so that people read that information. You're now becoming, and this is back in my LinkedIn marketing days.
Yeah.
You need to become you're hosting the conversation. People are coming to you for answers, even if they aren't ready to hire a videographer. They're seeing your content. They realize, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's super helpful. Right. Now you're top of mind. You're hosting the conversation.
Right. Because my website right now, it's just for inquiries and some past work, maybe a couple nice testimonials, ego-based stuff. Look at this cool photo of me, whatever. But it's not an active, for lack of a better phrase, social media site where I'm posting value for people. But I guess if I did, or treated it as a blog, or I shot this wedding, here's something I learned from it. Because every wedding, my gosh, every time I shoot a wedding, I make a note on my phone that says this wedding, here's a date, things to do better. And at the end of that wedding, it's 5 or 10 things of like, this bad thing happened, or here's a small roadblock of whatever. There's always something small where like the next wedding I will buy that piece of gear to make this workflow easier, you know?
Yeah.
So it could be something like that, you know, here's how to improve or whatever.
Well, what I tell people all the time is after a job like that, if you have those thoughts, record them. So open up,
use your
literally
voice.
open up the ChatGPT app.
Sure. Okay.
Do you have the app?
No.
Get the app.
Yes, sir.
Open up the app.
Yes, Daddy. Do you have a gold chain? I'll listen.
I do. Two.
It's a set.
Open up the app and record into the app your thoughts.
Okay.
And then after you record those thoughts, tell ChatGPT to write you a blog on that.
So I could like give it 5 or 6 bullet points like I would. Type it, say it into that app, and
you don't even have to structure it. You could just,
and it would just, there you go, and then post it on the website.
Talk to ChatGPT like you're talking to a buddy, and it's going to record that. It will create a blog off of it. Now you do have to edit that blog. You can't just post what the AI spits out because it's not always written super well.
Yeah, dashes and whatnot.
You're going to have to edit it a little bit, but for the most part, like a lot of people say, you know, you really have to use it to structure the blog. It's like, yeah, you use it to structure the blog, but
it probably gets you 90% there.
AI does a very good job.
Yeah, and that's a great note, by the way. Like, I feel like, again, it's easy, but like, good point. But like, if I actually did that every day for, let's say, 6 months, I bet things would happen. Like, that is, I love advice. And sorry, I feel like I'm hounding you with questions,
No, you're
but
fine.
like advice where, I can implement that tomorrow. I like, what's SEO? What's this? Well, how do we? And then it gets down to like, download the app, talk your stupid thoughts into it, and post it on your website. Like, got it. I know how to do that.
Well, you could talk to ChatGPT the way the app works with the voice. You could talk to ChatGPT like a buddy, and it's going to respond to you. And you're having a conversation with someone on the other line. Oh no, it's great. You got to do it.
Yeah, I obviously you hear about it all the time, but it's like whatever. I'm always late to the game. Like, whatever.
No, you have to do it.
You have to do it.
You have to.
You have to do it.
You have to implement AI because here's the deal. AI is available to everybody, and it's
Levels
one
the
of
playing
those.
field.
Well, it's one of those things where there's a lot of people who are skeptical about it. A lot of people who don't want to use it, but it's like, okay, that's fine. Even if you're vehemently against it, like this is going to make the world worse. Okay,
sure.
Cool. But the other people are still going to do the thing.
It's going to happen.
They're still going to create the product, and they're still going to do the get ahead of you.
It's stupid for me not to, because at least right now, I can't think of a way of AI taking over like a videography job as a whole. At least for like filming weddings or a music video. I'm sure there's some AI music videos that's already happened. But like for the most part, if you want your face in it, for real, like you're going to need a human there. You're going to need an editor. You're going to need ideas. And AI, as of right now, are just tools to make that easier. Right. And I'm using AI for some like editing stuff or some like voice correction stuff. But I'm not using it to like make my life like easier or save time or help with SEO.
Right.
And that's just like low-hanging fruit. Like,
well, you can create
stuff.
entire products off of AI.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want with AI. I mean, just think about it. Like a year ago, that video of Will Smith eating the spaghetti, the AI video, that came out, and everybody's like, "This is AI." Less than a year later,
looks perfect.
It's actually Will Smith eating spaghetti, and you're just like, "Oh, okay, this is what's happening.
This is what's coming."
Right.
And I love that you said it can write a blog for you or whatever. Like full disclosure, like one of my biggest insecurities is feeling stupid. I don't know where it comes from. Maybe some like childhood stuff, but like that's the biggest insecurity. So if I like type something out, like did I misspell anything, or is the grammar good, or throw an AI, it's probably great.
It does a decent job. Now,
sure.
There's still stuff that you have to do, but it does a good enough job for the everyday person.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a grammar Nazi living in your house like I do, my wife.
She sounds terrible, man. You keep saying off camera how mean she is.
Yeah, right.
Just joking.
Yeah.
She sounds like a lovely person.
I literally couldn't do a single thing I'm doing if she wasn't there.
Thank God for wives, right?
She stays at home.
Yes.
So she's a stay-at-home mom, the hardest job in the world. I only no.
As we just made a joke, you're like, that was the worst timing.
No. I only, and she's gonna know why.
Was
she's
that
gonna know why
the Bill
I did this.
Burr skit?
Well, no, not exactly. She's gonna know why I did that.
Sure.
Is because
You're flirting with her right now. Yeah.
These days,
I get it.
you cannot say, "Oh, a mother," and if you don't add in the hardest job in the world thing after it, then everybody's like, you didn't give them enough props. And it's like, yeah, you have the props. You have a really hard job, and I couldn't do anything that I do without you.
Totally.
And I get the privilege of working from home and seeing my kids all the time, which is more than most people will ever get in their lives.
Sure.
And I work a lot.
Yeah.
So that's why I said it. Because
Hey,
it's
man,
just like,
let's just say what it is.
you know.
Women, overrated. Wives,
Seriously.
the worst.
The worst.
I know, right? It's... I do this. I do the exact same things. Like if I have friends over or company out, like I love my wife, obviously, but like I don't know what it is. When people are over, I will like make fun of her or belittle her or put her down. Not extremely, but like it's I'm flirting with her. You know,
She gives
it's
it
like,
back.
She
Just
gives
as
it
hard.
gives it back, or it's so understood that I'm like not serious at all. You
Yeah.
know, for me and her, it's like playful banter. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
we're just laughing. But to someone coming over like, dude, take it easy, man. Like she's a good lady. I'm like, don't make it real. Like
Don't make it real.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Now I feel bad.
Yeah, now I feel bad. You know?
The funny
That
the
is
funny
the
thing
love
is,
of my life.
among all of my friends, they know that
Yeah.
if my wife and I are giving each other crap, they know that like if I look at my wife, I'll be like, hey, watch out, idiot.
Yes.
They all laugh because they know
Yes.
that she's not the idiot in the relationship.
Exactly the energy. You know, like, what are you, stupid? You know, like, just kidding.
And she just looks at me and she goes, listen, I'm better than you. I'm stronger than you. I'm smarter than you. And I'm like, yeah, idiot. And just,
My wife just cries and runs away, but that's just her.
Yeah.
She's joking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's understood. It's playful banter, you know. It's like, where would we be? A good woman in your life, obviously, is such a blessing. Especially if she gives you kids and all that stuff. Like, it's the best. So.
Oh yeah, no, she. I couldn't do anything that I'm doing now without her, and I realized that actually a year ago with my second child. So my wife is type 1 diabetic, and that's always been pretty difficult, more difficult for me than it has been for her, of course. And
make it about you, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's about us for sure.
Yeah. And so she's always been high risk, but we had a few more complications this time around, and so she was in the hospital for like off and on for like 3 months, just like on bed rest.
Man.
Yeah, and
Sorry to hear that.
no, it was fine, and so I was, and I had help from a lot of different people, especially her mom, who's basically my kid's second parent. And or third parent.
That's my mom. She's very very
Right.
helpful. Yeah, I get it.
But I was working and I was watching my other kid, and it was kind of doing the stay-at-home dad and working thing at the exact same time. And then like moonlighting it just to actually get real work done.
Hustling.
And then, yeah, but the pregnancy ended up being so difficult that like there was a moment there that like after we had the kid, it was like we didn't realize till after the fact, like, oh, there was a decent chance that like you might have not made it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
It was like at that moment, and like the whole time leading up to it, and then at that
Like
moment,
in the
I was
middle
like,
of delivery or
after delivery.
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. And so at that moment, it was like, oh, nothing that we are doing now, nothing that happens, one, none of it matters.
Right.
And two, you don't realize how much someone like affects, like has an impact on your life, and like you couldn't do anything that you do without that other person. And it's like, oh my God. Okay. That like put it in true perspective, and it's insane, but I'm still as big of a piece of crap as always.
No,
so,
I think
It's
in marriage, it's so easy to, like, one of the best advice I ever got was from an old coworker. He goes, in marriage, as right when I was about to get married, he goes, don't keep score. He goes, if you feel like you're doing 100% of the work, keep it that way. He goes, don't be like, oh, I did this yesterday. And it's like, don't keep score.
It's
like,
hard.
He goes, you think it should be 50-50. He's like, just do all of it. I think that's great advice. Like how he phrased it was, it's not 50-50. He goes, you're always going to feel like you're doing more. And he goes, but she feels the same way. And I was like, got it. That was probably the best advice I ever got for marriage. And I had a point, but to back it up, like you were talking about how your wife does so much. And I feel like maybe as men, you kind of feel like, oh, maybe I'm doing a little bit more, or I am watching the kids and I'm staying up late. I'm doing all these things. I'm trying to provide and all that stuff. And then that moment where potentially you thought you could lose her, and you get that moment of clarity like, oh, no. Obviously, you would be a wreck, and your whole life would fall apart, and you would not have the ability to do or the blessing to have this extra time to work on these businesses and become the man you want to be without her. And I think it's so important that we have those moments. I mean, my wife is leaving just for a business trip Wednesday through Friday this week, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I have stuff to edit. I have a wedding on Friday. I have like,
I mean, you'd figure it out.
You figure it out, you know. But it's like, my gosh, if you were just gone forever, like, sweet Moses, you know.
Right.
That's terrifying.
It's funny too, because like, you know, your wife is going to be gone for a few days.
Yeah.
So you're like, I have to handle this all for a few days. Where it
might be fun.
This is where,
maybe it'll be awesome.
This is where my brain like is shitty about it. Is where I sit there and I go, listen, I would guarantee my wife would agree with this, is like, if you were gone for forever, it would almost be easier than gone for like a short period of time.
Just leave.
Well, because it's like, if you're gone for forever, I can adapt and I can like figure out the processes and all that.
I'll replace you.
Right. It's like, okay, well, if you're gone for forever, it's like, okay, well, now I got to do babysitting. But it's like, oh, you're gone for a few days. Let me go hire a nanny for 3 days. No, that's never going to happen. You can't do that, you know? So it's like,
just be gone forever, or just leave.
If you're going to leave, leave for good. All right. Don't just leave for the night.
That's hilarious. But man, sorry you had that experience with the whole like second baby. The second baby's tough.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I hear that a lot.
For me personally, it was the hardest because it doubles. You know, it's like your first one's your first one. You're kind of expecting a huge life change. You're almost more prepared for it. The second one, you're kind of thinking, oh, I got this, Dad. I know what I'm doing. But then it all doubles, and you're like, whoa, this is tough. If you can handle 2 kids, I feel like you can handle like 5. Like the third
kids,
one,
you can do whatever.
The third one resets. Like when we had our third one, it's like, oh, this is easy, you know. But yeah, man, having the babies is is a challenge, and we got a slight scare with our second kid. Like the wife was fine, but I forget what it was, but the baby's heart rate was dropping. We were having it, and they had to bring in like the machine. Oh wow! To like, and they're being very nice. Like, we're just bringing it. It's just for safety. Like, I hate that. Oh, it's tell me what's going on. They're like, if something bad happens, it's here. So like, don't worry about it. And I think they actually meant like it's fine, you know. Right. And then she keeps pushing, and the baby's heart rate is dropping, and then maybe 10 minutes goes by, and it's getting like more and more. You're kind of reading the room, and then before we know it, the doctor's like, turn that machine on right now. We 100% need it. You better get it going. Sarah, we need you to push. And it was like a switch went off, and I just remember in that moment, it was the worst feeling of my life. I was just like, I froze. I remember wanting to say like you ever see like war movies where like the soldiers just all of a sudden like they're a badass and then they're screaming for their mommy. Right. It was like that moment. I just wanted my mom. I was like, you text your mom, you're having a baby, you're calling everything. Right. I was like, where's my mom? What is like we're gonna lose this. We're gonna lose this baby. Right. You know, I was freaking out, and then the doctor's like, if you don't push this kid out in this next set, like. Mm-hmm. Turn the machine on, you know. Ugh. And I'm grabbing my wife, and I'm just like, push, get it out. And it came out, and everything's obviously fine. We just had her 4th birthday. It's all good. And after it was all said and done, I was like, Doc, what the hell just happened? And it was the old, like, the umbilical cord was wrapped around the neck, and every time she pushed, the pressure, you know, and the heart was dropping. And now she's a weirdo, but it's
Well, you know, it happens.
Yeah, and I know why. Scariest moment of my life, you know. It's like, oh my gosh. So I'm sure even just that, it wasn't a taste of like what you went through, but man, hospitals suck.
It's similar, and
Yeah.
let me know if you agree with this. But honestly, like we've talked about this extensively, and we've always thought like if it was like a situation where it's like, all right, it's me or the baby. My wife has always been like, choose the baby. You know what to do. It's you don't even have to think about it. But you sit there and you're just like, when it's the other way around, you go, okay, I know what to do if it happens to you. We've talked about this. We planned this out. Like, obviously, like, it's sad and it's devastating, but like we know what to do.
Right.
We've talked about it. But like, if it's the baby on the other hand, it's just like, I don't know what to do in that moment, you know? And like, I don't know if it's, you hate comparing like which one's easier and stuff. And it's like the one you can talk about because you're there with the person. The other one, you're just like, I don't know. You know, it's a very confusing
as far as
situation.
like saving the baby or the mom, or
well,
or, like, if
no,
you're
and just
losing the
like
baby?
like every time, because like for example, my wife, she's high risk. Every time we've gone into it, it's like there's a chance that something can happen.
Oh, man.
But you know, like always choose the baby
Sure.
first.
Yeah.
And that's what we've always talked about. And it's like, okay, so every time this happens, I'm coping with the fact that like I'm walking out of there with, there's a chance that I could walk out of there with just my kid. And like, you know, you're thinking of that, and it's just like, but I haven't even, because I've had to think of that, I've never even fathomed the thought that I just walk out of there with just my wife.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
And that's something that I've just never even thought
It's
about.
scary, man. Like, we're getting real.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
These Manhattans. My mom miscarried when I was like 10, and it was the only time. It's like I grew up. I have an older brother and a younger brother, and she was pregnant with the new baby, which was like first time being like myself alive. Like,
Right.
I can remember, like, I don't remember my mom having my little brother. We're 2 years apart. So me being 10, this was like the first time we saw like mom pregnant and all that
Right.
stuff, and she went to bring us to like the hospital, like, hey, let's go check out the baby on the ultrasound. And oh my god. And when it was time to see, like, my mom was crying and there was no heartbeat. And I didn't know how to process it. You know, I was like, oh.
Did you know what was happening at the time?
I was 10, you know, so you know what's happening, you know, but it was just like, it was devastating, you know.
Yeah.
Like, mom's obviously, you're not a full grown adult. You don't really process it, but like something very obviously bad happened. You're, you know, 10, you're a kid, but you're fully a grown adult to know like what happened. You just feel
Right.
more bad for your mom. And anyways, that to say that even now as an adult, like going in to check up on your babies, you know, with my wife, it's like, I get that, like, I struggle with it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, let's go, you know, say hi. I'm like, it is hell for me to like go in to like the
Well, that's
hospital.
rough. That's your first
Dude,
experience.
Yeah, and I never really, like, it took some like think. I'm like, why do I hate this? I'm like, oh yeah, it's probably related back to that, and I just get so nervous, you know, like hospital stuff and babies, and your life can change forever.
Oh, I know.
As you know, you have these babies, and if you have some friends who don't have kids, they don't really get how scary it is, like leading up to the delivery date or having kids. And you said it, you know, so cutthroat, just like I could walk out with either just my wife or just my kid, and that's a real possibility. That is so sobering and terrifying, you know.
Right.
And like, I don't think I've ever thought about it that way, but it's a possibility, you know, every time you do it, you know.
Yeah.
So man, I'm very happy your wife is doing great.
Yeah, she's doing awesome.
She sounds super mean.
She's terrifying.
She sounds ugly, dude.
Yeah. She's terrifying.
Oh my
It's kind of a bait and switch too, because like you look at her and she's like very beautiful, and you're like,
Sure.
oh man, she looks so nice, and then she's
mean and ugly.
she's mean to me. She constantly, you know, oh my gosh, her family.
I
her
bet
family
she's
is
so
hilarious.
sweet.
They like they're all like kind of grammar Nazis, you know, like they're so good at English.
So we'll use
you know,
Chat
whatever.
GPT.
If you are in a conversation with them and you like mispronounce something
Oh,
or
no.
slur your words,
Yeah.
they are the whole conversation. I could be in a conversation telling them about how my grandmother died, and I'll say like instead of died, I'll accidentally say did or something like that.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, did what? And it's just like it ruins everything. Like they can't help themselves.
So so is it played off just as like obviously like a joke? Like they're just like they'll use it for humor, or are they?
Yeah, but they're
okay.
but
that's the good kind.
I just naturally like slur my words every once in a while. I don't know why.
Because you're drunk, dude.
Yeah, I'm drunk all the time.
You're hammered.
And so it happens to me a lot. So I feel like they're picking on me. And so anytime one of them screw up, I'm like, I'm all over it. I'm all over
You like overdo it.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Nothing like two dudes in the basement having cocktails talking about their wives. It got way too deep.
Yeah.
Like an hour in. Man, like...
we appreciate our wives, but they're dumb. But they're amazing.
But they're
amazing. They're amazing. We couldn't do what we.
But they're lazy.
Wanted. Yeah, but they're terrible. Yeah.
If you didn't like fake talk shit on your wives, do you even love them?
I don't think you do.
I don't trust the guy who's like, she's amazing. Period. I'm like, all right, divorce.
Yeah. I think
she's my best friend. Like it's whatever.
She's my only friend.
You went up to me.
I'm not even like, that's not even a joke anymore these days. Like,
how lucky though.
I don't I don't see my friends enough. We already talked about that. I don't see my friends enough. So the one person that I see on a daily basis is
constant,
her.
Man.
And it's like, man, if you didn't like me, it's like,
it'd be rough.
Okay, ChatGPT, I need you to make a persona for my best friend.
On that note of being alone except our wives, would you like another cocktail?
Yeah, I think we should re-up
with some orange bitters.
Yeah, we should. You should try it. It's a subtle difference.
Let's reload with the subtle orange difference. Okay. We'll be right back. It's a blast, man.
This podcast is brought to you by NordVPN
and MeUndies.
Yeah, and MeUndies.
Athletic Greens. And we're back with the Manhattan with orange bitters.
Yes.
Which I might have overdone it on the orange bitters, but let's
it's going to be good.
Let's give this a reload. Cheers.
You can't overdo it on orange bitters.
Agreed.
It's got a little bit of a...
It's nice. I like it, man.
It's actually less harsh than the regular Manhattan.
Yeah, it doesn't really really overpower it like you think it would. It's just it's just a touch, man.
Yeah. So that's my little secret.
It's my little secret. This is my new. This is gonna be a new. I don't know if it'll be a go-to, but a new one in the arsenal, where I want something different.
Yeah.
Because like usually around the winter time, like I was talking about the Boulevardier, I'll drink those like all the time, which I blanked on the recipe earlier, but it's just 2 ounces of bourbon, an ounce of Campari, and then an ounce of your sweet vermouth.
Yeah.
Campari. Yeah. It tastes like you ever had like a Negroni?
Yeah.
It tastes like like before you had a Negroni, it tastes like how you think a Negroni would taste.
Okay.
Because Negronis can be a little harsh.
Yeah.
They can be a little bitter. I was talking to a buddy of mine. I was like, I wanted the Negroni. That's why I bought the Campari, but it's a little bitter. And he's like, try the Boulevardier, which it substitutes, I think, just the gin for more bourbon.
I'll take it.
Because I think Negroni's like gin, equal parts gin, sweet vermouth, and the Campari.
That's how I do my Jack and Cokes. I'll do Jack, and then instead of the Coke, just a little bit more Jack.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just double it up.
Yeah.
But then the Boulevardier, it's like 2 ounces of whiskey, and which I wasn't a huge whiskey fan, and then the Campari and the sweet vermouth, that's not bad. Which sounds horrible, and then you mix it up like you do this, and it's like it's so good. So this is
sometimes
very much,
the best drinks have like the weirdest.
Yeah, like on paper, I'm like, I don't know about that, but this is besides the old fashioned or the cocktail I just described, fantastic. Thanks for making me drink Manhattans.
Of course.
And now we're fancy.
They're good.
Come on, baby.
They're super fancy.
And I had an excuse to buy a coupe glass.
Well, the biggest flex is when you go to a restaurant and you order one and you say, "Can I have a Manhattan?" Up.
Oh, just the pretentiousness that. Do some people not drink them up? What do you pour?
Yeah.
And if I don't get it in a coupe glass, I might leave the building.
Are you gonna give it to me in a martini glass? Gross.
Oh, I'm so middle class fancy because my kids stomp on the floors.
I love it.
You're being very kind about it.
No,
Never.
I don't mind it at all.
You're the perfect guest for it. I'm making notes. Never again. Because it happened with the first guest, and I was like, okay, never again. And I was very good about it.
Yeah.
Tonight did not happen. And now never again. Thank you. But they're my kids, so they're annoying. Oh. It's like, when someone else's kids are being annoying, you're like,
wondering
it's
whose
fine.
kids those were.
No, they're mine.
Okay.
It's like if you go to church or something and like someone else's kids are acting up, doesn't bother you at all. But if your kids are acting up, you want to murder them.
No, see, I think you should change your mindset on that.
Oh, interesting.
I think you should change
Did
your mindset.
you call me a bad dad?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
You're a bad dad.
This is
go on.
This is a new segment by MeUndies. You're a bad dad.
I like it.
Yeah. No. I think you should change your mindset on that. And the reason why I say that is because okay, this is going to be
I like it.
Our American culture. No, we live in a culture, and my wife, I'm definitely stealing. This is her bit, which I get, but we live in a culture that is so not kid friendly.
Yes. Oh, dude.
Like everywhere you go,
so box it.
Everywhere you go, there's just not like, there's not high chairs, there's not this, there's not that, and every time you go out with a child, if a child makes a peep, everybody's looking at you like, what are you doing? Get control of your kids. You go to church, get control of your kids. Like I was at my niece's first communion a while ago, and there was some kids making some noise, and they're even my other nieces and nephews, they were making a little bit of noise. And there's these people in front of us that every single time they make a noise, they just look back, and I'm like,
really?
Do you not have kids? And the priest,
the
priest was really cool. The priest was like, I love the sound of children.
Yes.
Because it's just like, I can, it's cool. You're bringing your kids to mass.
Yeah.
Like, we love it. And that's the type of culture we should have. We should have a culture that is just like if you have a baby, babies cry.
Mm-hmm.
Why should, when you have kids, you shouldn't go out to eat anymore? You shouldn't go places anymore because your kids are going to make some noise? Who cares if they make noise? People have babies. And just get it over.
Babies.
Just get over it.
I hope you're right, and I think you are, because like my wife and I are definitely in a bad habit of just like, we're just at home unless we get a sitter, and it's like, and we rarely do.
No, take the kids.
We never do. I mean, maybe like we to sound more pretentious, we went to Italy last year.
Nice.
And we saved. it was a big trip. We took the kids to Red Robin before we left, just to like, let's do something as a family. But that was like a special occasion,
yeah.
We never do that, at least with the whole, like the 1-year-old and the 3-year-old and all that stuff. Like if it's just one kid, awesome. But like the whole family, it's like, it's a lot, and I feel like I'm very aware of how other people feel at all times. And I'm thinking, I'm like, I hope this isn't bothering you.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. And there's obviously a limit to it. Like if you have your kid who's, let's say like 6 or 7 and they're just obnoxious, like lock that shit down. But I feel
yeah, you got
there's
some
limits.
other stuff you got to do.
Yeah, but I feel like a couple little, like you said, the babies, you can't control it. Like it is what it is, like babies cry. I love that.
And I think that's the thing is that like, and I'm definitely one to like kind of stress out at a restaurant. So
Yes.
I'm saying this after the fact, but like
advice for yourself too, maybe.
Yeah, but think about when you were a child. Like how cool it was to go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
You get the cool thing and you get the bread and you get all the stuff. And it's just like, it's such a fun experience.
Oh, man.
And like, it's not fun as an adult to go out to dinner. It's just like, I'm going out to dinner. Like, I mean, it's fun, like you get fancy stuff, but it's no different than anything else. But as a kid, it was so much fun. This is so special. And you got to take your kids with
you. Just broke my heart a little bit because, like, my kids always ask, like, if we're going to X restaurant, Dad, are we going inside? Daddy, are we going inside? I was like, no.
It's so exciting.
We're
The booth?
Dude, they get so excited if they get the booth and the little kid cup and the little coloring paper.
Right.
Their brains explode.
Yeah.
It's Christmas for them. And
it's real.
And you nailed it where I lose perspective. Like, let's just hurry up. Let's pick it up. Let's get home. I got work to do, whatever. And for them, it's like, this is magical. And how fast a childhood goes. It's like, how many of those do they get? 20 more?
Right. Which
10
is why
more?
this is why you need to be a night guy. This is why you need to be a night guy.
Sure.
Because when you're really productive at night, going back to what we were originally talking about. When you're really productive at night, there's no time limit on anything. So you aren't stressed about like having to get this thing done for work or whatever because I just got to go to bed and I got to get up. No. You aren't stressed about any of that because you're just like, time is limitless.
Sure.
It's like, I have decided I'm going to stay up late. I have decided that
it's a commitment.
I got a lot of work to do. You know, I might stay up all night, but
okay. How does this break down? Because in theory, that sounds great. And this might sound like a cop-out. If I don't get enough sleep, my body gets sick. Like, and not mean like, oh, I'm tired. Like, I'll get like a cold. You know, like I feel like I'll like physically shut down if I don't like get into somewhat of a routine. When you stay up till 5 a.m., do you sleep at least 6 hours afterwards, or do you just like roll it over? Like, how does the next day look for you?
It depends.
Okay.
Because I've done this enough that I've calculated. This is like how dumb my brain is. I've calculated the moment of diminishing returns.
It's in an Excel sheet.
So I've calculated the exact amount of time that it takes that if I go to bed, that it'll actually be worse for me productivity wise than if I would just stay up straight through.
Interesting.
Yeah. So 3:30 is the cutoff.
That's bedtime.
Yeah, so 3:30 is the cutoff. If I go to bed before 3:30 and I wake up, then I'm good the rest of the day.
What's wake up?
Wake up, let's say like 7:30.
Dang. So like 4 hours, but like that's enough to like restart you.
Then I'm good. I'm good the rest of the day. I'm good to go, just like the same as if I would have slept 8 hours.
No way. I've heard that though. It's like if you don't, there's like sleep cycles. It's like if you catch one and maybe you figured it out, you'll be okay.
There's tricks to it. To it. After 3:30, for every hour after 3:30, there's like a drop in productivity. The next
because
day.
you're just fighting it. Or okay, gotcha.
The next day. No.
Day.
During the time, it's perfectly fine. We're rocking.
It.
But the next day, if I go to sleep, for every hour that I go to sleep after 3:30, then I see a drop in productivity the next day, or even mood. You know, just like bad mood. You know, and but once you hit that like 5 o'clock point, your circadian rhythm starts to switch, and then you go. If I go to bed now, then you wake up in that like where your body's like shaking, you know, that type of thing. It's like, so just go straight through, get some sleep, take a nap during the day, go to bed earlier, and then start over the next day, and you're completely fine. But you gotta get through it.
I keep meaning to ask my guest, and I feel like you are kind of like me, where we can get nerdy with productivity and hacks and whatever. What's your do you structure your days? Do you plan the day before? Do you kind of wing your days? How do you find yourself like at the end of the day? I'm always trying to get to the end of the day with feeling productive. How do you get there? What's your kind of, I guess where I'm getting at, what does your, let's say this, your daily routine where that was a good day, what does that look like for you?
Well,
and embellish as much as you like. like if you nailed it, you know.
As you should know, because you own a business, every time you end the day, you always could have done more. So,
damn it.
You're never doing enough. And like
maybe feeling that way is good.
This is just I mean, this is as a worker who has pride in your work. This is someone who owns a business. This is a father. Nothing that you do is enough, and it will always be that way. And this is our plight as men in general, and this is why we have great wives, because they remind us that we are doing enough, and you know that we need to take some time for ourselves and for our family. And it's just like
shut up, let me work.
Yeah, it's like
so annoying.
No, I'm not doing enough. Shut up about it. And so this is our plight. This is our plight, and this is a good thing. You know, anytime I think of like why in general are we like this, and you always think back into, I always try to think back into like the primal times, the caveman times,
right.
Is like try to associate. It's like, because if you didn't find food, you didn't eat.
Right.
So you couldn't rest. You know, no No caveman came home with his spear empty, nothing in his sack. And his wife was like, "You did a good job.
You
Take
nailed
time to
it."
rest." It's like, no, we're gonna die. So,
So maybe that's still in us.
I feel like it is.
I love that, and that's why, again, the biggest part I like doing this podcast, bribe people to come to my basement and drink cocktails. It's like just to hear that perspective, because you could feel alone in that thought. Like I spend 80% of my time in that corner of that basement editing videos, trying your best, alone with your thoughts. They said like isolation is like as bad as having 6 drinks a day. And I'm like, what if I'm doing both?
Do both?
Yeah. Oh no.
What if I do both?
I'm gonna die when I'm 50. But like,
that's why you add cigar smoking. Because the nicotine.
If we smoke, it reverses it.
It gets you back in the game.
Dude, we're so smart.
Nicotine. Okay, this is. Maybe I shouldn't say this because this will get like something like demonetized or something like that.
You're fine.
Nicotine is great for you. In my opinion, I think nicotine's great for you because
I've read studies.
It cognitively makes you sharper, but only in certain instances. So, I won't do cigarettes because they have a bunch of chemicals in it. I won't
This is more pure, right? Than like cigarettes is a lot of chemicals. This is just like tobacco leaves.
Cigars are just tobacco leaves. There are no chemicals. There are
because they say they give you cancer or anything like that.
No.
But or like mouth cancer potentially. But like I feel like they're so much safer than cigarettes.
No. There's and don't quote me on this, but
you're a doctor. Please, this is going on the internet. Tell us your knowledge.
Yeah. There have been studies to showcase, and there was a bunch of studies that were done like over COVID and stuff like that. Studies that have been done to prove that actually nicotine in certain doses and in certain instances actually reduce cancer cells. And
interesting.
Okay, so I just said that.
Yeah.
I realize this is a podcast
we're doctors.
because I'm a doctor. I'm going to send you that study so that you can post it with it so that it's
please,
not just
I'll
like,
never read it. I will post it.
No, don't you don't have to read it, but just so that people understand, like, know that I'm not just talking about.
I trust you. Don't give me homework.
Right, but I always feel like cigars, like, in moderation, there's your body freaks out for a variety of reasons, but there's no harsh chemicals in cigars, which is why I was just like, that's the way to go.
I love them. I don't smoke them often, but whenever I can take a moment to take a beat, slow it down, whatever, they're very nice.
I would say 1 to 2 a week.
So I don't do that much.
I definitely do more than that at times.
Do you have like a subscription? Do you go to a place? Like, where do you
buy them?
Just whenever?
Yeah, go to a cigar shop. Try different ones out. Don't buy the super cheap ones because you know.
What would you consider super cheap?
Anything under $10.
Yeah. I usually stick to the 12 to 14 range.
It's an experience.
Okay.
Make it an experience. Just like make it an experience.
Yeah.
And they're best when you are in a meeting or you're having a conversation.
We have different meetings.
Yeah. Well, these meetings are usually.
I just realized how cool you are. They're best over meetings.
So what we'll do is we'll go to like a cigar shop. Mm-hmm. Or something like that.
Like a lounge,
a lounge.
Yeah.
We'll sit down, we'll have a cigar, and we'll talk business. And we're all just like... They're
like a
always
brainstorm.
really good conversations.
Yeah.
And
it's
the only
less
thing missing
informal.
is that we aren't recording it.
Yeah.
So...
You should start a podcast.
Yeah.
Cigars and business talk. Yes. And that's kind of the point I was making earlier, just talking about like having this podcast, and we were talking about feeling productive. And I was asking you about your day, and you just... You said the thing that I struggle with. Like, you'll never feel productive, dude.
No.
And again, like I was going on my rant about I work in my basement 80% of the time, and you're alone, blah blah blah. It's like just hearing that like another human feels that way. It's like, okay,
this is a great space to work.
Thank you.
I actually love this space so much that I would never get anything done.
I appreciate it. It's full of distractions. I play pool way too much. And because I walk past it like 90 times a day. But yeah, it's just this is where I got kicked out when we had the second kid, because I had an office upstairs. This was kind of like the COVID project.
Okay.
Like it's the basement. Like I did nothing to the basement, but it was just an unfinished shitty basement. And when COVID hit, I set up the pool table and just kind of cleaned it.
Yeah.
And then we had the second kid, and then I got kicked down to the corner of the basement with like the laptop, whatever. And I just worked 8 hours a day down here. So I slowly like, how can I make this a little nicer? And I would say just in the last like 18 months, I'm like, this is actually kind of nice. I don't hate this.
This is a great area. This is a great area. I'm starting to get my basement like that as well. So my office is in the basement too. It's actually really funny. My office isn't technically considered a room because it doesn't have the window, the legal definition for it. But it's probably the biggest room in the house.
That's what's up.
That's right. What's up. But it's great. So it would get like so disorganized that we eventually just like hired someone to come in and just redo it. Like,
that's amazing.
I was like, I don't know. So my wife was great. She painted the whole room. It's awesome. I'll show you a picture. She did like this kind of 70s vibe where she did like these like different stripes all around the room.
It sounds like you guys have taste.
Yeah, well, she has taste.
My walls are white.
Mine were like beige.
Actually, let me correct myself. This color is Swiss coffee.
Oh, whatever.
Okay,
whatever.
Come on.
I don't know. It's white, blue, and red. That's like all I know.
Sure. So,
and well, yeah. So we hired this company, and I met her at the Small Business Expo, and she's I'm gonna butcher her name. She's gonna kill me for this. Morganized. Her name's Morgan. And she does this. Her business is like Morganized Life or Morganized, and she's great. So she just talked to me over the phone. She's like, okay, what do you want with the space? I was like, I just need something functional. I live my entire life down here.
Yeah.
Also, I take a lot of video meetings, so I need something that's aesthetic, and also I work at my desk all day. So if I can have like a secondary workspace, more comfortable, something to switch it up.
Incredible. So you told her like, here's like ChatGPT. Here's what
everything.
I need.
Here's everything. Yeah. So she came over to the house. She took measurements. She did it, and she's like, here's my vision for it. And she just sent me like, here's all the things that you need.
Yeah.
Here's like all this new furniture and stuff. And
did she send like 3D like?
No,
like,
so she's working on that. That's what she needs to do next, because I think that would be awesome. But
sure.
Yeah, so she's like, here's my vision, which even without a model, I kind of understood.
Yeah. I was just being nosy.
And and then she just came in, so she designed the whole thing.
And what was her name again? Was that like her Instagram handle too?
Yeah, it's
give her a shout out.
Morgan. Hold on, I got it right here.
Organized.
I don't want to like do here. Put it in post after the fact.
No, you're fine. I can do it. No problem. Future me, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, her name's Morgan McPherson, and she does. It's definitely called Morganized.
Morganized is like the company name.
Right. But I don't know if it's like longer than that. I'm trying to find it. But yeah, she's great because a Morganized life.
There you go. She does great work.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing. So if you have a space, Morgan, you're crushing it. This guy won't stop gushing about it.
Dude,
come on.
It's a game changer.
Let's
go,
she's already, Morgan.
It's already been one day that she's been in the space. So she like ordered all this. So the cool thing
sounds
is
like she was inspired. Like, here's my vision.
Right.
What a badass.
Yeah.
Yes,
no,
please.
it's awesome. She did everything because my wife likes to do this stuff, but she's really busy.
But she's
I'm
not
really busy.
She's not Morgan.
No, shebut she's not Morgan. You're gonna get me in trouble. You keep prompting me to talk shit.
I don't mean to. I'm just teasing.
But she's not Morgan.
But she's not Morgan.
And she came into the space and she's like, here's what I'm thinking. Here's like the better productivity. Like for example, my desk was facing the wall and my back was to the door. And she's like, well, like she's very into like feng shui and all that stuff. And she's like, well, you shouldn't have your back to the door. That's a big aspect of it. And so I was like, all right, cool. So she just came in, did everything, and she didn't just design the space and she's like organizing like the furniture and stuff. She ordered all the furniture for us, had it shipped to the house.
Dang, man.
And then she's literally going through all of my camera equipment. She's making a dump space to like switch out different bags and stuff. She's going through all of my paperwork
process.
And she's organizing it. And,
badass.
oh my gosh, it is huge. It is huge what she is doing. Like I can't even like you can't even fathom how amazing what is happening.
It sounds like she's doing what I attempt to do. Like I get big on like flow and process, and I got like charger stations and everything has its place, whatever, just to keep myself organized. Sounds like she's that on steroids. Like she's a pro.
Well, just think about someone who is only focused on that.
Yeah. Okay. Good point.
You know,
point.
And it's just like, oh, you could do it 300 times better than I ever could.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, I'm focused on that, but also I got to do these 50,000 other things. So she's amazing.
That's incredible. I got to give her a follow. You said it's a
Morganized Life. Yeah, so it's really funny.
How good is it that her name's Morgan?
I know,
and that goes to the Oregon.
like,
That's annoying.
It was meant to be. Yeah.
Oh, some people have it all, man.
I know.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, and she brought her husband over to help, and they brought another friend to help. Which anybody who lives in like the greater St. Louis metro area, which I still consider this greater St. Louis metro,
Right.
Just because the metro area is whatever's the closest big city.
Sure.
You know, even if you're 45 minutes out of that city. It's really funny. We ended up actually kind of knowing each other through other friends, which I thought was really interesting. And anybody who's lived in St. Louis knows that everybody.
Where'd you go to high school?
It's like an incestual community.
Yeah, for sure.
And so one of the guys that they brought over, I did some work for a company called Greenhead. So it's a canned cocktail, and they were trying to make a canned cocktail that was for guys. And so they wanted it to look like a beer can.
You mean beer?
Right.
How original, guys.
Yeah.
Some liquid for dudes in a can.
Well, so they made a vodka soda lime. That was their first one. And
Yeah,
you mean beer?
You mean beer? I think beer nailed it.
We have Bush. It's okay. Oh man, has anybody done Stag on this?
No, I've had Bush actually.
I saw the
Bush
one
was
with
the
Bush.
first one, and then I had Sam Adams. But no one's done steak, taters, and gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be like
Do you
a
like
very
Stag?
power move. No, I hate it, but I'll drink it. I'll drink it all the time.
I'll do it if it's cool.
Yeah. My favorite beer is Civil Life Brown.
What?
Yeah.
That's not a beer. What's the beer?
Civil Life Brown Ale?
Civil
Life.
Life.
So the brewery Civil Life.
I've never heard of them. Where's the brewery located?
It's in St. Louis.
Is it?
Yeah.
I only know
You've never
forehands.
heard of them?
I've never heard of Civil Life.
Oh, no, they're awesome.
How have I not heard of Civil
So
Life?
they have a brown ale that's amazing.
The only brown ale I think I've ever had is from Newcastle.
Okay.
I know that
It's
one.
better than that.
I love Newcastle.
No, it's better than that.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
All right, let's do another podcast.
All right. That's it.
Civil Life.
Civil Life Brown.
All right, I gotta check it out. Shout out to Civil Life.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I love beer, so I'll for sure check that out. Yeah.
But so they made this cocktail. They were trying to. So they had me design the can. So I designed the can.
No way.
And so I was basing it off of the Stag beer can. So it's gold.
Inspired by.
Yeah. So it's called Greenhead, and it's a for like the duck. That's what I guess people who hunt ducks, they call them greenheads. Because of the green head, I guess.
Yeah.
So
the mallards.
Yeah, the mallards.
Read a book,
and so
dude.
it's a gold can with like a green rim and stuff like that. And so
that sounds sexy.
That
sounds good.
An empty can in my office sitting there, and the guy was like, "Wait a second, I know." He recognized it. He's like, "How does this guy know about this?" And it's a completely empty can. So this guy is dating the sister of one of the guy who created the brand, his wife, his new wife.
Wait,
yeah, it's like,
say that again.
So
of Stag beer
no,
Civil?
Greenhead of Greenhead. So
Greenhead,
because he saw the Greenhead can, he saw the green. No, yes,
there was a lot of information. I was like, wait, you invented beer?
yeah. So this guy's building furniture in my office, and he sees this can for Greenhead, and he's like, I know that can.
Got it.
He is dating the sister of the wife of one of the owners of Greenhead. And he's like, why does this guy have this can? It's not even in Missouri.
Right.
You know, and then it was just spiraled into, everybody in St. Louis knows everybody.
That's incredible. Yeah. So you designed a beer can.
It's a
or
it's
the cocktail.
Yeah.
Semantics. That is incredible.
Yeah.
So how long ago did you design that?
It was
Because that's kind of a huge deal.
About a year ago.
That's incredible.
About a year ago. So this is the graphic design itch that I was able to scratch.
Because you said that, like, I dabble out of passion, and you got it. To me, that's a big job.
Well, I would have never gotten that job if I didn't know these guys.
Is that everything though? Like,
yeah,
that's still amazing.
I played rugby in college, and
of course you did.
We met.
The more I talk to you, the more my ego gets hurt. Like that. Like I play rugby. I'll go change.
I don't play rugby. No way.
I do rugby.
Yeah.
Like you've done a lot of stuff. Like you're very diverse.
I always just tried a bunch of new things. Mm-hmm. And I was never really that good at sports, but I was like just good enough to where I could make a team, but I wouldn't really play that much. But like,
got it.
I would have some sort of a specialty where I would shine.
You would have a
every
moment
once in a while. Yeah. I would just have a moment where I'd shine, and then like they would throw me in because they're like, "We need you to shine."
It's
and then,
Michael's turn.
50-50 shot that I would, you know.
But if it paid off.
It paid off.
You like cigars. You like cocktails. I feel like golf would fit in your repertoire.
Golf.
I was gonna say, are you a golfer?
I haven't played in a while though.
Oh man,
I love golf.
I feel like that would fit your vibe so hard.
It's such a.
We were almost best friends.
No, I used to play. I used to play golf at least once a week.
Okay, so you definitely did.
Yeah.
Okay,
so I play, but it's been a while because golf takes a long time.
Yeah, sure.
So it's like it's one of those things where it's
a
you
day.
Run out of time.
You can play 9 holes. Like I'm in a men's league, but even doing that, it's like 9 holes, and it's a setup. It's the post game show. It's a night. If you're playing 18 holes on a Saturday, that's kind of your day. It's
your entire day, and it's like and going back to how horrible our wives are. My wife
nervous laughter.
My wife like doesn't do anything because I'm always out of the house. Like I'm always at meetings, or I'm always like, doing it. Like I like to take a lot of meetings in person. Mm-hmm. Like I'm trying to meet with a lot of the St. Louis agencies, build contacts.
Yeah.
And really like get into business with these people for a variety of different reasons. And so I'm always out of the house. I'm always meeting with people. And so the last thing that I want to do is like do something fun, because it's like I'm always out of the house, and I'm doing business all the time.
It's like your wife is constantly. I get that, because I'm always shooting on the weekends, so it's like by default you're with the kids.
Yeah,
I'm working. So then when you ask your wife, like, hey, I know I'm always on business meetings, and
Can I do something fun?
Now I'm going to go golf for 18 hours.
Yeah.
18 holes for 4 or 5 hours, and deal with it. It's like, because then at that point, I think maybe that kicks over to your side of the brain. I'm like, I'm being a little selfish here. I couldn't. It's like, at that point, I'm asking a little too much.
Well, even though it's perfectly normal for you to want to have a little bit of time to yourself.
Sure.
Because you're always on. But it's like, yeah, but my wife also needs a little bit of time for herself.
Totally. And I would say, let's say, not to make this sound arrogant, but it's like, let's say most guys or whoever, you have like a 9 to 5, you know, or you both have a 9 to 5 or no kids, and then going golf is like your thing.
Yeah.
But for you, it's like you're golfing like most days. You're away most days. So then if you throw the luxury or the free time golf on top of it, that would be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Like,
right. Well,
that's too much.
But not even. It's more of in your own head. You're just like,
oh, maybe she'd be cool with it. Maybe we should go golfing.
Well, probably. Yeah. You want to go? Yeah.
Do you hate me?
Yeah.
Is this your way of saying no to golf?
But it's almost like yeah. It's like you feel, because you're out of the house so much, and the other person isn't getting that time for themselves, even though you really aren't getting that time for yourself.
Because you're working, but I get what you're saying.
Like a stay-at-home mom, they're dealing with kids and they're dealing with you. And it's like...
For sure, yeah.
But like the amount of times that they have to deal with, and my wife tells me, she reminds me of this all the time. She's like, listen, I know I'm not working, and I know I'm having fun with the kids. Like I could go out with the kids, I could do all this stuff. But it's like, I don't actually communicate with adults.
Totally.
On a regular basis. And it's like, oh, yeah, I get that. And she has to remind me of that all the time. It's like, yeah, I get that.
I think, so is your wife a you said like a full-time stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
My mom in the 90s, early 2000s, her whole life was a stay-at-home mom, which I feel back in her era that was almost slightly looked down upon, where it's like that was like, hey, you know, maybe it probably was like full force like in the 80s, like
It's making a comeback.
like Mr. Mom. Yeah, that's what where I'm getting at is like in the 80s it was like very encouraged, like women in the workforce, like you don't have to be a stay-at-home mom, like
Right.
all that stuff, you know. So my mom the whole time growing up or with us, like kind of like loser's not the right word, but felt like maybe she was looked down upon for being just a stay-at-home mom. And she raised 3 kids, you know, and she is, I'm biased, but like she's a badass of a mom and still is, you know, like she gave her life to her kids and that was her life's work.
Yeah.
And all 3 of us, like whatever you call success, like none of us are drug addicts. We're all doing good.
Yeah.
She nailed it, you know.
Yes. Still a lot of life to live.
Have you ever tried crack? Because it looks amazing.
How do you think I do the 5 a.m.s?
Yeah, dude, let's do crack. So she nailed it, you know. And now it's weird because I say that to say like my biggest dream right now is to retire my wife.
Yeah.
We have 3 kids. We're expecting our 4th soon.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go.
We've always wanted 4 kids, and it's happening. And after that, probably we're done.
Maybe.
But like right now, we're both like, this is it. Like we're exhausted. We're having our 4th kid, and I just want to retire my wife, make enough money to like just be a stay-at-home mom, and I'll run stuff. And it's as a man, it kind of bothers me. Like I wish I had enough money right now or whatever for her to do that. All that to say, it's like where my mom in her era like looked down upon. It's like you said, it's making a comeback now. Like you're at the point, your wife doesn't have to work.
Right.
You're the only breadwinner, and she has the privilege, the blessings, whatever you want to call it, to stay at home with her babies, which I think for your kids is
huge.
As a father of 4 now, like I can see how big it is. Like I'm with my kids 3 days a week, which is great. I get to soak up the time, but I want my wife to have like all of that. Yeah. And I want to work harder to give that to her, and that's what we're trying to. That's like right. That's my rich life, whatever you want to call it. So
there's a lot of motivation to get that
totally,
done. And it's
you know. So congrats on that. Like you said that, like that's huge, and like that's my North Star currently.
Well, that was her dream. Like she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom,
awesome.
And she was
awesome.
She was a teacher for a while, but then she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and it's like
that's beautiful.
I think we can do this. Yeah. And we just kind of was like, let's figure it out. Let's do it. And, you know, for a while there was like working one job and like bartending on the weekends. And then eventually it like,
I love that.
Money raised a little bit. And then it was just like, okay, cool. We're
no more bartending.
Now we're doing it.
How long did you bartend?
I bartended for 8 years.
You said a little bit, 8 years. That's a decade, bro. I bartended for a season. How long was that? 8 years.
8 years. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you watched me make a cocktail. I'm so sorry.
No. These are great.
I didn't know I was being judged.
It wasn't real bartending. It wasn't. So I liked
8 years.
Yeah. It was. I liked the mixology aspect of it, but it wasn't like real bartending. It was like volume bartending. It was.
Was it like a bar and grill or what was it?
McGurk's in Soulard.
No way.
Yeah.
I almost had a heart attack. I thought you were going to say McGurk's in O'Fallon. That was my place. McGurk's, the other McGurk's.
Yeah.
The one that closed during COVID, which sucked. But I love McGurk's.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. So
that was a good bar. That's the one O'Fallon was.
Yeah. So the O'Fallon one, I never actually worked at that one, but that was kind of like the favorite child of them.
Was O'Fallon more cherished than Soulard?
I think so, because that was the original.
Right. It was.
I think
it was.
No. That was the new one.
Was it the new one? It's the only one I've ever been to, so I'm biased to it. I loved that place.
Think that was the second one.
Soulard makes more sense. That's more like St. Louis.
They've owned that building for forever. And the O'Fallon one was funny because like there was always like I always felt like there was always people that were like, well, this is what we do in O'Fallon. This is what we do here. And it's like,
okay, yeah.
It's like, yeah, well, okay, how about you come out here for a Saturday night? Or how about you come out here for Mardi Gras and then
Okay.
tell me if the rules in O'Fallon ever
Apply.
apply.
So you're not doing like hoity-toity, like it wasn't a cocktail. It's not a cocktail
Sometimes.
lounge, but it's more like you're making Scooby snacks and lemon drops and Vegas bombs and Irish car bombs.
Sometimes
yeah,
like
sure.
sometimes people wanted higher end stuff, which you would have to learn. So you get your Manhattans and make it right. Someone
Yeah.
ordered a Manhattan, make it right. Old fashions, make it right. Sometimes you get like different types of martinis, and you wanted to make sure that you made it correctly, and then you get the high volume stuff. So that's when you learn like the tricks. You learn like, okay, when you pour shots, I was able to get like 8 shot glasses up. Like
No
this,
way.
And then just like pour it like that, and people just ate that crap up.
Oh man.
And
You just get cooler, dude.
like they would eat
That's
they would
awesome.
eat that stuff up, and then the Guinness, making sure the Guinness was huge. You had to pour the Guinness properly.
How do you? Okay, I love Guinness.
Okay.
I'm Irish. I've been to the motherland. I've been to the
Okay.
brewery. No, I'm not. This isn't like a trap.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious. Like, how do you pour the perfect
So
Guinness?
so actually, a quick stat that you like.
Yes.
I think, at least when I was working there, McGurk's was the largest seller of Guinness in the entire country.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, as far as
It
as
was.
far as I think.
It was.
You know,
an Irish
people
pub.
might actually. You know what? I'm gonna take that back.
You're a doctor.
Just in case, I'm a doctor. It definitely was the largest in St. Louis, but it was one of the largest in the country.
How about this?
I'll say
Largest.
one of the largest.
How about
in the
this?
country.
Largest in the world.
Definitely one of the largest in the world. I
The largest
tend
in the
to
world.
go above it. No, it's definitely one of the largest in the country
Yeah.
sellers, and I'm pretty sure at one point I was told that it was the largest. But so the Guinness, you take the traditional. I don't even know what they call it, the actual
A
term for it,
glass.
but like it's like a Guinness. It's not like a typical pint glass. It's got like the little bulb
Yes.
around it.
I have a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you tilt it.
Yeah.
And the Guinness glasses are great because
you get the little harp on
they
there.
made it
Yes.
for this. So you fill it up until it hits the you hold it at a 45-degree angle.
I wonder if I should grab a glass for this.
Oh yeah,
I
go,
might-
go do it. Go do it.
It's either down here or upstairs. If it's upstairs, you'll just continue to mime it.
Okay.
But if it's down here, it could be good for educational purposes.
Perfect.
So this is from St. James.
Perfect.
So you can
Okay, so
please give your demonstration of
It's got-
how to pour the perfect Guinness.
so it's got the harp on it, and this is a good measuring point. It's this harp, not this harp.
Right.
So you hold the glass at a 45-degree angle, and then you have the Guinness stream hit the inside of the glass right here until it hits right at the bottom of the harp.
That's it.
And then right as it hits the bottom of the harp, then you turn the Guinness off. You hold it down and have it settle until all of the until it settles fully to where it's black and then the head on it. And then when it settles completely, then you pour the Guinness straight down into it and it fills up to the top. And then don't serve it until it settles completely. So when it goes all black again, which Guinness is actually red.
My man.
Yeah,
Yes. That's next level.
Before people
That
say
was
it's not a stout.
When you
Yeah.
to cut you off, when you do the St. James like tour,
Mm-hmm.
that's like their big question. What color is Guinness? And then it's black, it's black, it's black. And then they're like, it's actually a trick question. It's an amber red or
It's
whatever.
like,
it is.
shut up, it's black.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah. But
Yeah.
if you hold it to the light, it is like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
dark red. But well done, man.
But so that was the test, the pass.
You nailed it.
No, I'm not full of crap.
Absolutely.
So you let it settle, and then you serve it, because if being like a whiskey guy and a cigar guy and
Yeah.
a little bit of a dabbled in wine, there is actually a subtle difference in taste between a completely settled Guinness and a non-settled Guinness,
I concur.
which is insane to think about. And but I would always try to get fancy and do a little clover at the top and stuff like that. 'cause you get
You would do the design.
yeah, do the clover design and stuff.
It's like you went on the tour, man. I did that back like 8 years ago, and you retained that information better than I ever could. That was well done.
appreciate it.
Nicely done, man.
Yeah.
That's how to pour the perfect Guinness. That was amazing.
Yeah.
But you
there's
bartended
a
for 8
time
years,
limit.
yeah.
There's a time limit to it too, which I don't remember what it was.
Eight
but
years at an Irish pub.
Yeah.
That'll
That's a
that'll
time
do it. Oh my gosh. So do you like Guinness?
Yeah, I do.
That's the
I'll order it if a place has it.
There's a place right next to my house called what's it called? Shamrocks.
Okay.
That's an Irish pub. That's the new go-to.
I'll usually only order it at an Irish pub.
Right.
Because most places have it because they're doing like car bombs and stuff.
Right.
But I'll only order it at an Irish pub because a lot of places don't go through it fast enough. And so I feel like
good point.
You're always getting
Sure.
a fresh Guinness if you go to an Irish pub.
Yeah, a fresh Guinness at an Irish pub it's tough to beat, and it's usually my like fall winter drink. I'll start drinking it around like Halloween time, and then I'll stop at St. Patrick's Day.
Interesting.
So it feels special.
I feel like you could do it year round.
You
It's so
can,
light.
but I'm
It's
a
so
goofball. It's lighter than you think it is, but like it's like I don't know if you like Yingling or not, but
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yingling used to just be like you couldn't buy it in Missouri.
No, yeah, you can only buy
So,
it.
like-
We would get it if we went to... I remember we went to South Carolina a long time ago, and we filled up our entire trunk with it.
Yes,
And then we came back and sold it.
dude.
No, we gave it away to friends.
We gave it away. We did not make a profit,
We
you
did
businessman.
not sell it. We had people pay us back.
Whenever I was like traveling like with the band and stuff, like we were in Nashville a few times and they had Yingling, which was the best.
Yeah.
And nothing makes you feel more like an alcoholic than this one time where I was at a gas station and I was driving back from, I think we were recording, and I went to the gas station and I was like, oh, I got to stock up on Yingling before we go back home. We just recorded over the weekend and I got like 230 cases of Yingling Light, the blue and white can, gorgeous. Let's do it. We're driving back home and I was like, 60 beers, please. And like, sir, it is 10 a.m. in Nashville.
Was it a Sunday?
It was a Sunday.
Yeah, you can't do it. You can't do it in the South.
And I was like, oh, I've never heard this rule. I'm a little
it's wild.
Midwest St. Louis boy. So like I said, nothing makes you feel more like a drunk than putting like 230 cases back in the fridge. They wouldn't sell it. Whatever the time was, I don't know if it was before or after 10, but I missed it by an hour. Whatever it was.
Some places won't even sell it on Sunday.
Oh my gosh, there was like, you got to come back at noon or whatever it was. And I was like, I am not from here. Please. Can you let me do this? Like this is me having Yingling for the next 3 months or not, And they're like, tough shit.
Yeah, they're like next 3 months. Talk about next month.
Yeah, this is my next weekend. But, I was like, oh man, it was brutal.
Yeah. Now you can get it here, which is nice.
Okay, so I think that was the point I was trying to make. It is nice, but I miss it feeling special. And that's what I was saying about the Guinness. Like I take a break from Guinness, like when tis the season, it hits. I miss when Guinness or when Yingling, like when it wasn't in St. Louis, like it felt special.
Yeah.
That hurt when I couldn't get that beer, man. It was like I got some Guinness, I brought it back home, or you were in Florida, wherever you're at, and they had it. It was cool. Now I can get it whenever.
I think they should have kept it away. I think they should have kept it on like the East Coast.
Yes. Is it that good? It's fine. But when you can't get it, it's even better.
But
I'll die on that hill.
Yingling's not a household brand. Like,
it's not.
It's not like Anheuser-Busch in Missouri. Like no one is ever gonna sit there and go and say, "Yeah, I'll take a Yingling." It's like,
which is wild.
If you go up to the bar, you're just like, "I'll take 3 Bud Lights," because you're just getting like you don't care. You're just buying beer.
Because I think it is the oldest brewery in America, and somehow Bud Light beat them, baby.
Yeah, you know why?
AB, no, please educate me. Takes a sip. I don't know why I keep breaking the fourth wall.
It's okay.
It feels important.
I've done it a couple times too.
Please do. Yeah.
So the reason why Anheuser-Busch ended up being the biggest brewery in the nation, in the world, is because of Prohibition. Is because when Prohibition happened and everybody sat there and basically were like, what do we do? They went out of business. Anheuser-Busch said, okay, we're going to make water. We're going to make soda. We're going to do all this other stuff. So they just started making other things, which kept them top of mind. And then when Prohibition ended, they already had the production and the factories there to bust out beer, where everybody else had to basically restart their whole process again.
So they stayed, hold on. They kind of did SEO. They were doing blogs with soft drinks.
Yeah.
And then when it was time to go, so that actually makes sense. So they couldn't make booze, but instead of just like halting production,
So they just did everything else.
stayed visible to the consumer.
Right.
And they, like you said, kept the factories open. And then when it was time to, all right, prohibition's over, they had their processes set in place that they could start pumping out beer.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Oh.
Or maybe Yingling dropped the ball. Didn't they make ice cream?
Who?
Yingling?
I have no idea.
Or did I make that up? I feel like some beer company, and maybe it was not.
There's
Yingling.
a lot of companies who did that. There's a lot of companies who did that. A lot of whiskey companies.
It was like during Prohibition.
Who did other stuff. They like
just
made the
random
candles
things,
and crap.
Like Nintendo made like playing cards before, like whatever.
Oh, I love that you know that.
Yeah, dude.
I love that you know that.
I'm a dork.
I'm a playing card guy.
I'm a Nintendo guy, so.
I have a.
Do you have Nintendo cards?
I have a collection of playing cards, like my retirement collection of playing cards.
Nerd.
Yeah. I still collect playing cards. Like I collect different types of playing cards all the time.
No way.
Yeah.
If you ever find any Nintendo ones, let me know. I would legitimately, like, I'm not a card collector, but I'm a huge Nintendo dork.
Some.
I would. Have you seen them?
Oh yeah, you can get
No
them
way.
everywhere.
So they're kind of.
You can't get them everywhere. You have to find specific reasons.
Like, I won't pay crazy money for it, but I think that would be cool to have some Nintendo.
I'll get you some.
I would love that.
I've been looking for a reason to buy them. I'll get you some.
Way. I have a note on my phone of like one day, like that's like a would like to have item. Like I have like a shelf over there of just some like nuanced things. Like I would like Nintendo playing cards.
No, I'll get you some.
Do not tease me. We're having a good time.
I'm gonna send you a picture.
We've been drinking.
No. I'll get you some. I'll send you a picture of my playing card collection so that you know I'm not like.
So you're playing cards. So
and then I'll get you some Nintendo ones.
I whatever they cost, I'd love to pay for them. But like that's incredible.
Yeah.
What do you collect?
All sorts of kinds. Like so.
Is it like decks? Like
decks? Like actual
Deuce
decks.
Ace, like
So I'll try to find like old decks at like antique stores and garage sales and stuff, like Stud, the ones with the horse on it and stuff. But then like I have a bunch of decks through like Dan and Dave is a big card company. Virtuoso. If anybody is into cards that's listening to this, you're gonna like know what I'm talking about.
You're a man of many interests. I love
so
it.
Virtuoso, Orbit, organic playing cards.
And it sounded like you had money in your collection.
Yeah. So there's a lot of decks that like when you buy them, there's very limited amounts printed.
That sounds silly. What is your most
I love this question.
valuable deck? Because like, okay, cool, playing cards, dude, bicycle, like get over yourself. What makes your most valuable deck special? What do you own, Michael?
Just literally the fact that there weren't that many printed.
Okay.
So I did this. So don't come after me. So there's a type of playing card called Cherry Casino.
Of course.
And the whole thing of the cards, they're just different colors, and they have little cherries at two different corners.
Okay.
And they're fun. Yeah.
And
they aren't worth anything. I just like them. I like having the different colors and everything like that. So I ordered a pink version of them. Amazon sent me a pink version, but not the pink version that I ordered. And I thought it was really, really weird. And I was like, wait a second. And knowing a little bit about playing cards at the time, I see a lot of times the limited runs have a number on it. So this said like 4 of 500. And I was like, 500?
Whoa.
That's interesting.
That's not a huge number.
Yeah. So then I looked up and I was like, oh, Cherry Casino did like a limited run of a certain type. And this deck is worth like $250, and I paid $13 for it. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. So there's like a bunch of decks that I own now that I bought for like $20, or which people think are a lot of money, but like now they're worth like $500.
Dang.
Yeah.
And you have a few of those.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just became like, when did the hobby start? Was it because of that random Amazon purchase, or was this like
the hobby started because I got really into Magic.
Yeah.
Like Magic Tricks.
The
not
Gathering,
Magic.
yeah.
No, not Magic the Gathering. Magic Tricks.
Oh, okay.
Like just like Magic.
Got it.
And
you had it right the first time.
and like puzzles.
Got it.
I followed this influencer called Chris Ramsey. And
Chris Ramsey. Okay.
He's a magician. And he does puzzles, and his videos are great.
That name sounds familiar.
And I followed him, and he started talking about different types of playing cards, and that's how I got into it. I was like, I like this. So I started learning about cardistry, which is like taking cards and like manipulating them and like doing different tricks with them.
Magic.
A little bit. But it's like cardistry. So there's magic where you're doing a trick and you're just like, here's a cool thing that.
Sure.
And then there's cardistry, which is taking the cards and manipulating them. Yeah, and handling them different ways to where they're like flopping around and doing cool things.
Yes.
And that's how I got into it.
That's cool. I have a magician coming on, I think 2 or 3 episodes from now, who does all kinds of card tricks.
Oh,
so
that's
I gotta
cool.
I gotta bring this up. I should have brought you guys up. So yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I want him to do I gotta ask him still, but like do some type of card trick.
Can you ask him one question for
Absolutely.
me? What's his favorite card maker? And I'm not talking about brand. I'm not talking about like.
Now I'm confused.
I'm not talking about like Bicycle or Orbit or Virtuoso or Three Kings. Not Three Kings. I can't believe I said that. Three Kings is a restaurant. Very good.
Is that a bar and grill?
Yeah.
I just ate there for the first time. They have great craft beers.
Yeah. King's Wild is the brand I was
Got it.
Not brand like that, but like which maker? USPCC, US Playing Card Company, or
I feel like that's next. I might put him on the spot. I don't know if he'll know it.
Well, if he does card tricks and he does card
he does card tricks.
Does he do cardistry?
I don't know if he does cardistry. He's very into he's a magician, like full and through. Like he proposed to his wife. I shot their wedding, and they proposed like at a magic show. Like he is all in.
If you say no, I'll make this ring disappear.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. But like I don't know if he's into. He does card tricks.
Okay.
But I don't know how deep it goes.
If he's deep into it, ask him that question. I'm curious who his favorite maker is.
So favorite card manufacturer, would that be the right way to ask it?
Yeah.
It's like the actual company that prints it. Is that what we're getting at?
Okay. So the US Playing Card Company creates Bicycle. That's their brand.
Yeah. So name a couple more US.
Oh man, you're gonna.
There's
other ones. There's other ones. I don't know.
Couple.
That's the only one that like I know by name, but there's other ones.
What's
that
the one
I
you
bought.
just named? US.
The US Playing Card Company.
Okay.
USPCC.
That's hilarious. USP. That's hilarious. Oh, I love it. We are all dorks. Like
It's just.
I'm gonna say he should know, but you're.
Because if he does card tricks, the only reason I say that is because the different card companies have different like standard weights and feel to them. So there's like air pressed type of cards where it's like the cards are just made differently,
right?
And so
different feels.
they do different things, especially when you're doing tricks and you're trying to manipulate them and you're trying to go trying to palm the card easier, everything like that.
Right.
Like it's important,
Sure, especially if it's the nuance of it.
Yeah.
We've been going for I think maybe almost 2 hours now.
Oh wow, yeah.
I try to ask every guest this without getting into a rhythm or beat, but dude, like, I feel like I could talk to you forever. You're a very interesting person.
Keep going. Yeah.
Like I almost asked, like, you want to do a third cocktail? Like, I'm having a blast. This is fun.
We'll do another episode.
I would love that.
Yeah.
For real. We'll do stag beer. Or whatever you decide. Maybe you'll pour me a Guinness. You're 31, couple kids, lovely wife. I'm sure she's amazing.
She's
like
awesome.
let's go on a date sometime. With my wife, double date.
Oh yeah, I was like, what is this about to turn into?
We should go on a date with just me and her.
Yeah.
Like the way I try to phrase this question is like, there's a lot of people. Let's say your younger self or whoever would love to be in your spot. Like my favorite thing you hit on is like, we don't even worry about money. Like you work almost for the love of the game. Your younger version self, whoever, like what advice would you give to anyone trying to get to Michael at 31 right now?
Oh, that's a really good question. That's a really good question, because there's a few ways to go about that, which is, the classic quote of, when you're looking back like 10 years ago, what you wanted yourself to be, you are now. So that reigns true 100%. Like, I'm sitting there like, I want a family. I want to not have to worry about money all the time, which is like halfway true. And I also want a house and, a yard and all that stuff. And it's like, that's what I pictured 10 years ago. And I have that now. That's great. But if I had to, patience would be the biggest thing that I would tell my younger self. I have learned a lot of hard lessons in life that I would have learned them eventually, and I learned them earlier in life. But, holding your tongue for the right moment, not having a gut reaction to certain things. Like, I have gotten in more that I've learned from, but more sticky situations in my life because I've reacted to things, even in professional situations. And so, just because something doesn't happen right now doesn't mean that it's not going to happen later on. And to get frustrated with things on the outside and not just sitting there and like having patience for things to either come to you, or two, for you to do them yourself, I think is the biggest thing. Like, one of my biggest, not regrets necessarily, because I did learn from this, but it's more of like, one of the biggest lessons I ever learned is the fact that I don't know how to put this. There are more things that have happened in my life that I realize now that I was in full control over than I knew at the time. And the reason why I say patience is because it's like, maybe I was in control over them but even though I couldn't do anything about it then, but my reaction to it then was because I was impatient on the results that I wanted, or which ended up burning a bridge in a certain instance, or something like that. And so I think patience is huge, because it's like, even in business, you're going throughout the year. It's like, where I was a year ago is so much different than where I am now. And me getting frustrated or anxious because, I'm not moving up fast enough, or I'm not getting more clients, or I'm not, meeting the right people. It's like, dude, a year's not that long. 5 years is not that long. And so just understanding that things will happen when they're supposed to, and it doesn't matter your timeline, and, just having the patience to get through it and not make dumb decisions because you're trying to rush things and trying to get trying to take a shortcut or anything like that, I think is super important.
I love that. Well said. Patience. A year is not that long. 5 years is not that long. It's almost use that as a cheat code.
Right.
It's like, what's the quote? It's like, people underestimate, like, they overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. It's like slow progress. I'm not where I want to be, not even close. But at the same time, like you were saying, like a year ago, 2 years ago, based off where I am now, though, it's like, oh man, I'm stoked. Like, I'm not at my 9-to-5 job. I'm doing, like, I control my own schedule. Like, I get time with my kids. Like, sure, we went bigger and better, and like, I don't think that'll ever end. And that's kind of the theme of this podcast. Like, you're never gonna arrive,
right?
But can you make tomorrow better? Can you slowly progress? Can you have the patience? Was, I think, the overall theme of your statement, like patience with yourself.
Have you ever read The Alchemist?
No, and I was gonna ask, and I was gonna forget. But do you have a book recommendation?
Oh, so I have. So this isn't my book recommendation, but
Okay.
it is a book that everybody
Sure,
should read.
sure.
So it's called The Alchemist. I'm not going to give away what's in it, but there's a word that's used in it, and it's Arabic, and it's maktub, and it stands for it's been written. And it's like whatever you're doing, like if you're sitting there going like, man, what am I going to do tomorrow? Like, oh man, I'm not successful. I'm not going to get through this. I'm not, I just lost this client. Like I lost 2 clients this week, dude. Like I know I'm going to be successful. It's been written. It's been written that
It's
I'm going
not
to be
gonna
successful.
define you.
Yeah. We already know what's going to happen.
Bigger picture.
Yeah.
That's so big, man. I feel like something I do bad is whatever project I have coming up, wedding, music video, documentary, whatever it is, I put it on a pedestal. Like if you don't nail this,
Yeah.
it's over.
Right.
Or it's not so much that, it's if you do a really good job, more good things can come. So
Right.
I put all this pressure, like you gotta nail it, and you gotta do this, and if you just nail this one, like doors will open,
Right.
whatever. I think normal pressure, people can relate that to, whatever. But it's like you said, like it's try your best, but like it's done.
Mm-hmm.
It's written. Like your future, like I can get, spiritual, religious, whatever you want to call it, like it's done. And if you're praying about it, and if you believe, like it's if you're authentically trying your best and keeping God a part of it, like
Right.
it's done.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
God knows, so you should know yourself,
Amen, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
And this kind of leads. I know you asked for a book recommendation. And I'll end with this like quick story, really quick. So a book that actually like kind of changed how I think of things, especially in business.
Do tell.
It's called Never Split the Difference.
It's on my wish list. I have not bought it yet.
Just read it.
Okay.
So I started reading it, and then I listened to the audiobook.
Okay.
I listened to the audiobook like 3 times in a row. Like after I ended it, I restarted it.
Sure.
Because you always pick up new things.
Right.
And it's just basically like it's teaching you negotiation tactics. It's teaching you a bunch of different things, but it's basically like there's a lot of instances, especially in negotiation, where you can go in with what you want and you could get the result. Whether, but like also not wavering,
Right.
Like as soon as you waver, as soon as you give what you don't want to give, the classic give an inch, take a mile.
Yeah.
That's how it works. And it's true. So I lost a really big client this week. And it kind of started going downhill last week. Not really from any fault of our own. But I have a business partner that we do some business together. And this client was a pretty big client. And I was teaching him and like some more people on his team like how to do SEO and just consulting in general. And this client just like didn't like my business partner. He didn't really they didn't get along very well. And he reached out to me and he said, "Hey, I don't want to work with him anymore. I want to work with you."
Yikes.
And basically like wanted me to do business together. He wanted me to just basically say, screw you to my business partner and let's work together. And it's one of those things where it's just like, if I wanted the quick money, if I didn't have patience, I could just say, yeah, let's do it. And I think maybe like 8 years ago would have done that. I would have said, you know what, this is a good opportunity. Sure. Hey, I have to do this. This is a good opportunity. But learning what I've learned, having a good circle around you and people that you can trust
Invaluable.
is so invaluable. It's worth more than any amount of money can buy you. And so I told him, I was like, listen, I understand what you're saying. I understand how you feel, but we're a partnership.
Yeah.
We're a package deal. Now, if you don't want to work with him anymore, like, and you just want to talk to me, sure. Great. Yeah. We can do that. We'll take him off the account. But if you're saying we can't, like, if you pay me money and none of the money can go towards him at all, like, crazy. What do you want? What do you want from me? Yeah,
that gets personal.
And it's just like, this is a partnership. And unfortunately, I've worked with him longer than I've worked with you.
Totally.
And we're going to do great things together. And if this doesn't work for you, then I'm sorry, you don't get me. And that sucked. You know, it sucked. I mean, it's upwards of, account wise, that like the company would be bringing in is, you know, at times, because of the different products, upwards of 10K a month. Yeah. Which is like,
should be solid.
Over 50% of the revenue of the company.
But it's like, to go back to your previous advice of patience, and that's what you tell your younger self, and it's like, yeah, maybe you took the loss today. Yeah. But maybe in you losing that money per month, but doubling down on your friendship, your business partner, right, your inner circle, I think will come back to you tenfold. Oh, yeah. And I think you obviously know that. That's why you made that decision, and you went with your gut. And it goes back to, you know, patience and doing things in good time, and be hungry, but strike when the moment's right.
Yeah. And here's the deal. Even if it was like the wrong decision. Yeah. If I'm not going to end up on the street. Right. You know, sure. Like money's money, and money doesn't mean much. Money's nice and money's comfortable, but at the end of the day, it's like, you don't treat people like that. Right. And for someone to sit there and expect you to treat someone like that, it's like,
that's a character red flag for you. Exactly. Yeah. I think you probably got a good read on that person. I'm just like, okay, I don't like how you said that. Like, right. Do you want to go into business with that person and feel good?
Yeah, it's the golden rule.
It's a little gross.
You know, it's the golden rule. Treat people how you want to be treated. And I wouldn't ever want someone to throw me. Like, I understand people do it because they have families and they have hard decisions to make. But, sure, you know, my family's going to be fine. We're going to be fine.
We're good.
Your reputation is everything. And totally. Even if it's a bad money decision, whatever, like, that's money's not that big of a deal. Don't ruin your reputation. Don't hurt other people for money,
or even trying to catch whatever success means to you. Right. To sacrifice who you are. Yeah. Man, I can't think of a better way to end it. Thank you so much for doing this.
This is awesome.
This was a blast. I could have 4 more cocktails with you and just keep this going.
Let's have a sleepover next time.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
I want to make sure we have enough memory cards. I think I could film for like 2.5 hours, and we might have overdid it. Hopefully we didn't.
Oh, we'll see. Just put a picture of us.
So we'll see. I've had to do that once. But dude, seriously, like, congrats to everything coming your way. Congrats to your beautiful and lovely wife. I know we're teasing. She sounds amazing.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Your healthy kids, and just you're a very diverse person, and I really enjoyed this chat. So thanks for doing this.
Yeah, this is awesome.
And thanks for the stogie.
Yes.
All right.
Smoke that tonight.
Until next, I probably will. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, bud.
Woo! Cool. That was awesome.
Are we still going? We're still live. Yes, sir. 1 minute left.
The aftertaste is like almost a raisin.